There we go. There we go. Okay. How we feeling, chat? We already got the... Just making sure to get that out of there. Oh. We've already got our Minecraft parkour running in the corner. Make sure everybody always has something to look at. Morning, chat. Who's ready? Who's ready for Shu? Who's excited for after, I think, 3 weeks, I think, of putting it off? Because last week, I was hungover. The week before, I was trying to put more time into finishing the most recent video because I had been sick, so I hadn't been getting as much of it done as I wanted. And I think even the week before, there was a problem. So for whatever reason, we weren't going. But now, we should be all set. Now, we have our Minecraft parkour. We got the Shu event. We're even going to watch the little 2-minute introductory video. And random thing that I've been considering, about 2 weeks that it might have been, because the time that I got sick was late in a week. So, I don't know. Either way, this has been delayed longer than I would have liked. I've gotten a lot more stories done. Oh, you know what? While we're waiting for some more people to trickle in, I'm gonna pull up on my second monitor here the All Arknights event script, and let's count out how many events I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, rolling guess vision, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 out of a current, I believe, 43 events that I'll have to read for this. And of course it becomes 44 in just a couple days because the Lapland Altar event comes out, so the all events video it's well underway. But the script is already, how many pages is it? It's already 21 pages, and it's way longer than the Lone Trail script, which the Lone Trail script was already nearly 40 minutes. So the all events ranked is gonna be long. I got done with half of A Death in Chunfin last night before going to bed, and man, that's a good event to put you to sleep. Halfway through and I haven't even seen Mulberry yet, bro. What's the point of this fucking event? Oh, live video, here we go. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one. It's gonna probably be at least around like 2 hours. I don't know. That one's gonna have so much work put into it, and honestly, there's a bunch of other creators that I'm gonna like, because there's a bunch of like the little skits that I'm gonna see, just get a bunch of other creators to like do like the voice the different characters, and then probably honestly we have this like little like Arknights like collab like creator server, and I'm gonna probably honestly ask at the collab like, hey, if you guys would mind, anybody who like was involved in it, hey, if you could like share this, that'd be huge. Because this whole project is going to take months and months. Like, it's going to take so much time compared to anything else that I've ever done. And I think legitimately, if this video fails, I don't know. I don't know if I can keep going with content creation if this video fails. It'll be so sad. Either way, let's watch a little Shu intro. Let's turn off the sound of our drugs if it fails, something like that, Laffy. Let's turn off our Minecraft for now. And watch the Shu intro with her very yellow hands. I would love a show done in the style of like these, because like the anime was done with like a traditional like anime style. Like the way that these are done with this like kind of 2.5D almost. Oh, the little things in there. It's cute. Boy, and his cute. This looks like the scene in Cars where they get chased by the big ol' like fucking. What's it even called? Oh no! They're manifesting! They've been cultivating for so long. Brienne, everybody's got cultivation techniques. You know, the older brother with the fucking 1,000 corruptions in one move. Oh, but it's countered. It's countered with complete control of nature in 5 Cs. These cultivation techniques are crazy. I know there was a bunch of people who were like, oh, the boss is fucking stupid or whatever the fuck. But like, I mean, yeah, the boss wasn't like super ridiculous, and I know a lot of people were not super big fans of that. You know, we can expand the Minecraft parkour a little bit. That shouldn't, if I move it a little, I think I may move more to the side. That shouldn't, does that blot out anything? That doesn't. Okay. Shu is just in normal Arknight. Where else could you see farmland like this? Rice has grown like wildfire, the stalks evenly standing ramrod straight from the soil, like the fur of a stalk beast after autumn's end. To the blowing wind and shining sun, they ripple as waves of heat wash over them. Sound effect. Look at that. A woman stands in the middle of the field, stray stalks and leaves pulling at her clothes. She brushes them aside, wading deeper into the vast ocean of golden grain. Where are you going? To find some crops. Aren't these all crops? The young voice is gonna be Carl Weezer. Oh, if you play the Ronaldo sound effect, we're not playing Shu every single time we see Shu. Aren't these all crops? I wish to find those that can be planted in lands far, far away. Why do you need to plant crops elsewhere? There's so much here already. Are they not enough? These are not enough to fill the bellies of all men. How long have you been searching here? Has Carl Weezer angered God? A clump of soil begins to move. A tall beast pokes its head out of its burrow. That dim tunnel leads to distant lands. Its miniature resident, too, a drifter from afar. I'm just gonna assume mentally that that's a Roingus poking its head out of its little burrow with its big ears. Once it looks upon the boundless fields, rippling and rustling in the wind, it lets out a sorrowful screech and dives back into the deep, dark underground. How are we supposed to know if the seeds we plant will sprout? How can we tell which way the weather will change? If you watch long enough, you will learn. If I watch longer, then I'll learn. Does that include things to come much, much later? As one sows, so one reaps. Seeds become crops, so what about us? The volume is, is the volume still super loud, or was that just in the PV? Lower the background music again? Okay, don't worry. Okay, wait. Let's have that normal, let's lower our background music. Okay, chat. That okay? That's okay, that okay? Okay, that's good. It's a little tragic because I think we lost about about half the viewers from that misstep. So a little unlucky, but you know, it's their loss. They're the ones missing out on peak.
Where do we come from? After we die, where do we go?
From the ground we sprout, and it is the ground we return. Man or crop, it matters not. This is the cycle of all things under heaven.
So it's like the song you taught me to memorize the 24 JG solar terms?
I hate this child. Springtime drizzles wake the seeds. Rainbuds dance in summer's heat. Autumn gifts the crop their gold, but they can't stand the winter's cold. Sound effect. Hey! Hey! Wakey wakey. Algie? I'm awake. How's it going? From the outside looking in, I get the impression the big guy isn't the obedient type. Yeah? I believe it's a bit more mischievous than some younger sisters of mine. I fucking hate you all. Well, it might be best to take a break for a bit. This isn't one of Dust's daily doodles. Wait too long and your head will end up spinning. You just need to take it slow. Haste makes waste, you know. You're right, I do feel a bit tired. Neon, could you help pull me out of our VR system? Oh, Jesus Christ.
What voice did Dusk have when we did? What voice did Dusk or Neon have when we did fucking... am I gonna have to pull those up and goddamn check? I forget what voices I gave the two of them. Okay, that one might need a little lower, because this one's just pretty loud in general. There we go. Okay. I don't remember at all what voice it was. So let's see if the Neon and the Dusk voices were worth are worth copying. Oh my god, no ads. Fuck you. Okay, there we go. Let's see.
You still remember what I told you? About my home?
No, that's when bitch got old. Where is Dusk specifically? There's Dusk and Neon, I think, fighting.
Reason with you just as much as I did. The little punk of a monk. You never saw in that.
Okay, so Dusk was just kind of a piss baby.
Well, anything you saw in the news, little sister, you're embarrassing yourself.
And then Neon was an asshole. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Neon was a big asshole.
Just voice.
If you two didn't show, I would have gone back home by myself.
Oh, really? Let's see, which one of us got so scared just now that her face went as white as her canvas?
Shut up. We're trying to keep the heart of a Farron mood beating, okay? It's not exactly instant noodles. When you told me this plan of yours, I thought you'd lost it for sure. I should have expected this sort of crazy scheme from you. It's just using a whole nomadic city to imitate a Farron mood. I shape its body and you give it soul. What could go wrong? You grow more capable and quick-witted by the day, little Leon.
I'm lying. You don't watch your own video ads? The revenue you're missing out? Oh no, I watch my own video ads, but I'm not gonna play the sound on stream. They can give me a straight up sponsorship if they want the sound. Much like you can. If you're in chat and you want me to say words, pay me. Give a super chat and I'll say something that you want me to say. I don't fucking know. I don't know what I can promise.
Don't spoil her. What could she have done without the old woman from the Township Bureau and you, Shu? I've been helping out the sweep regulator here and there, building up some favors. They should come in useful.
So, what's the situation like now? Couldn't ask for better! But we're going to be using this thing in place of a real deal vessel, and if us poor little illusions want something to rely on after we get rid of the old-timer, I'm afraid it still calls for some elbow grease. It's quite the troublesome little child, after all. It's actually quite large. Not sure if you realized, Shu. It's quite big. Wait, so what's the good part? Aren't we still at square one? No, I know what you're thinking. You put some effort into making this thing too. You just want some recognition from your older sister, right? How juvenile of you. Developed as an artist, Dusk. It's been years since we saw each other, but I can tell you're still diligent as ever, and never one to waste time. I still can't imagine. Passing off a fake body with sleight of hand isn't so hard, but it's going to make an even bigger mess in the end.
Say word. Word! Thank you, Ike. Thank you, Ike, for giving the chat an example. If you want me to say something, put a super chat in. Word. Thank you, Ike. Very cool. One of the goats. One of the greats.
Woo! It'll just be a small portion of us that we carved off of ourselves. The product of 3 sisters pulling their power, and yet still incomplete. How will the 12 pagodas in 5 cities become a place where we belong? Maybe right. But while I was within the scroll, I really did sense life. The beast walks with the generous earth, and in the beginning we too grew upon this land. Perhaps this flower may actually bloom. Why are you talking that weird shit? Ah, come on, let's talk about something else. You don't know just how much of a pain in my ass those court mandarins have been. They said they'd let us have the 12 pagodas in 5 cities for a while so we could make a home for ourselves, but they really wanted was for us to give back the old Tianchi, and also help them with some other trouble. Man, these Viennese know how to do business. They went and turned our home into a bridgehead. Asked them for one thing and they want 2 in return. Never did expect Viennese technology could have leapt ahead like that. I mean, at this point, do they even need to fear the Shui anymore? They'd only lose like a couple million people, and I mean, that happens on the average flood day.
Oh, when Bing Bao Lan attacks Jing Trao Chi, 12 million perish. As the fucking Chinese history memes go.
If we do manage to finish this home, knowing it'll be right under their watchful eyes makes me uneasy. Also, how big a risk are we taking by doing this? I've got no idea myself. When you two were in the scroll before, I thought back to that time with Shanji. You worry about your older sister's little ink blot? Little ink blot? You motherfucker. Ah, full shoe design. What a... Well, it's gonna take 5 years to load, but what a peak character design Shu is. The colors, the details, it really is pretty incredible.
I do like that, like the bottom of the pants is have the like brown as if it were mud that she's working in. I think that's a nice little touch.
Well, there was one time that you mentioned knock your inkstone on your head. Ling said you were... I don't remember that at all. You must be mistaken. If you insist. Ah, now that I think about it, I remember you crouching by the pond, washing your face. I already told you, I don't remember this. You used that nice clear pond to water to clean your face. That just made the water all inky, so you couldn't keep washing, right? That was Jay's idea. The outsider third sister was gentle and kind, but she was actually the wiliest of us all. A goddamn psychopath.
They have 1970s porn site experience. Yeah, pretty much, Ike, with the load times. Rest here for that alone. Yeah, Shu was everywhere. Every artist was drawing Shu when she was first like shown, and for good reason. Probably my favorite design in the entire game. I really like Shu's design.
If Little Neon's plan succeeds, it would be for the best. Well, yeah, is there anyone who doesn't want it to succeed? A certain foul-smelling Weichi head, basket of blunders. Who knows what he's up to? Ever since the dust-up with Ling, I'll look at an ink cake and wonder if it's one of his little fragments or not. Put so much effort into making this vessel. He can just go and cut himself up however he likes. Why bother like this? He may hate all of this world, but he hates himself most of all. He is clever, though. Oh, so very clever. Will he believe that a life or death struggle with Yan is what Jay would have liked to see?
Who knows? You're the only one who's still willing to talk to him after all this time.
Oh, right. Speaking of clever, how about that older brother? You know, it's been a while since we've heard from him. Wasn't he pretty close to you, Shu? Should we get into a fight or something? Besides the stinky basket of blunders, he's probably the one that sweet regulators are the most worried about. I'm even less willing to talk to that needle prick than the weight sheet failure. He has a small penis! It has been a very long time since he last returned. Oh, really? Never mind then. Doesn't matter if he's here or not. These sisters being allowed together is all for the sake of whatever plan those old coots gathered in town are cooking up. As they say, affairs come in no more than threes. Getting together for a family dinner every day is already making some lung upset. Because they don't have families. Well, it's getting late and I have some things to do. The both of you have been working pretty hard lately. When you're free, do come by and eat. I'll cook you up some dishes. Walk away sound effect. Ooh, although we can't taste the dishes from our young brother, Shu can still cook up a mean. Why are you looking at me like that? What? Did I say something wrong just now? You knew that the two of them were close. I thought that stuff happened a long time ago. It's still a sore spot. Are family relationships all that serious? When you only meet your sisters every few centuries, it's normal to be a bit serious. You know, I'm even more afraid of her looking at me like that than I am of being on Dage and Ling's tongues. That's an odd way to phrase that, but alright. For once, I find myself agreeing with you. The face like she was wrong, then refusing to say a word about it, all the while looking like it's something she can't bear to discuss. That's not like a sister at all, it's more like... perhaps she's simply been here alone for far too long. Drum sound effects. And the new this event's NPCs. It really is something when one of the NPCs has an eyeball. That's how you know it's kind of getting real. Very uncommon sight. Now these here are the two biggest, roundest peaches from that tree I planted. Tell you what. Yeah. I kind of want to give that voice to the dude, so you know what? We won't give it to this guy. He needs another voice. Oh, Shu-nday, I beseech you, bless this paddy for the sake of my timely graduation. I'm in my 3rd year already, and every time of the most critical moment, something or other goes horribly wrong. 2 years ago, my task was to protect my crops from pests, but right as I was about to harvest them, a great drought struck in my entire experimental field with it. Last year, my task was to protect my crops from drought, but right as I was about to harvest them, a deluge of rain struck. Shu-nday, please watch over us. The W25 Wuji plate is set to connect to the main district today, and I pray that absolutely nothing goes wrong. Surely, because we're in ST1, I will be rewarded for that with nothing going wrong. I know that I've been lacking in my studies, so the moment I return to the Tianxi bureaus, I will rededicate myself. Not re-educate. Right now, all I ask is that this project goes smoothly enough that I can go home early. Hey, you're sure you got the right place? This shrines are dedicated to Shu-nday. You construction folk don't belong here. We do our best for a good harvest, but it's ultimately up to the heaven. Since when do you engineers need to pay for success? What do you know? Every complex field of study becomes metaphysics when you dive deep enough. It's beyond the reach of man. No matter your work, it's all ultimately up to heaven. Shu-nday was the first master of this land, so the best we can hope for is for her to make herself manifest and protect her humble disciples. I guess you're right. Either way, we're both at the point where there's nothing more we can do. Maybe if we're sincere enough, she would actually show herself.
Will you two shut up already? Will you two shut up already? We bring back the Saga boys. Hiya!
Ouch! Gah! Beach spits! Oh, where did these come from? Up in the rafters, who's there?
Can't you see there's someone trying to get afternoon nap here? The nervous of people interrupting my sleep. Don't you have anywhere better than wine? Disturbing a dreamer's immortal sin, you know. Where do you think you are? You seriously count how many reds as a bunch of petty requests and shadocks, right? Out! Out! Out!
Alright, I'm going. Whoever raises kid and teach her any manners. Stop throwing those, that hurts. Ugh, let's get out of here. Call me the bigger man and let this slide, but you better hope I don't bump into you on a dark night. Throwing sounds, running sounds. The girl grabs the 2 peaches from atop the altar, carefully inspecting them for a moment, then decides to instead pick up an even larger one. Wiping it with her sleeve and taking a bite. Her greed disgusts me. She's taken all of the fucking village peaches. Also, did anyone else notice that the parkour has gone into the nether? That's kind of crazy, bro. This is trans-dimensional. Will it reach the end too? Only time will tell.
As long as they keep up. As long as they keep offering up their harvest at your table every time there's a problem in your city, big or small, I'm never gonna go hungry. Hey, Shenong, you don't mind if I eat these 2 fruits, do ya? Maybe I should go back to sleep in the rafters where it's nice and cool. Where's my fan? Did that kid take it again? That annoying little brat calling me megaphone. Next time we meet, I'll figure out a way to steal her flute. Go to school, they say. School schmool. The only students that come out of the Chanchi barrels are these lazy louts. What was even the point of all that schooling? Who knew that skipping off would be this hard?
This is such an ironic thing to say. When it's literally just like, yup, all I do all day is steal religious offering, is lie in this religious stride and steal the offerings. Man, everybody else is so fucking lazy, bro. Don't do shit.
Zhang, do you know what's gone wrong with this throne?
Did you forget some steps while changing out its power source? Looks like there's some unconnected wires here.
I don't know. Maybe it was some kid swiping it to play Foul Beast Wrestling. I'll get them next time and make sure to give them a right thrashing. It hit you when it fell out of the sky. Nicked my horn, just a little bit to the right, and it would have whacked me right in the head. Most days I see you talking farming with the others. I never expected you to have a knack for originium circuits. I thought you were a stupid old bitch, quite frankly.
Didn't the Tanshi teach you all how to operate it? It's a precision instrument. Please pay more attention when using it. We don't call it a drone either. The Chanchi call it a sky pole.
That is the dumbest name I've ever heard. The first time I saw these flying around the field, covering the whole thing, I thought it was a swarm of locusts. Scared me half to death. So when these gadgets jam themselves into the ground, they can tell the soil's condition and how the crops are doing?
While we pawned out to best plant our crops, the Chanchi's pawned our best to help us. Farming's a lot easier than it once was, thanks to these inventions. The season's harvest. One of the fucking things in that I do think is pretty cool about this event is this is one of the few scenes that you pretty much do see in Enfield. For the most part, it's kind of annoying to me that like, oh yeah, here's Arknight's Enfield. Yeah, we're on a different planet now, and we're not gonna see any of the nations or anything that's like any of these really cool like structures and cities that seem like they'd be super fun to explore. Yeah, we're not gonna see any of that. We're gonna see mostly dinky ass shit from this like on this whole other new moon, which is, you know, kind of annoying, but fucking this type of background here, you do see something like this in the second area of Enfield. You do see something like this, which is at least cool. Something that feels like it came from Arknights, when a lot of the game, I think, did. As much as like Enfield in the closed beta, it was a good game, but it really just felt like Enfield, not Arknights Enfield. That was one of the few things where it really felt like it had this Arknights aesthetic to it. Either way, back to reading.
This season's harvest. The weather's been quite a bust this year, and every field's gone bust with it. These experimental patties in front of us, the ones that Chanchis call Quanzhong, I reckon they could yield 2,000 patties a field.
It's enough to fill our bellies, but it's far from what the Chanshi's expected from their research.
Give it time, we harvest twice a year now. There was a time we wouldn't have dreamed of that. Oh, construction noises. I love them.
In the distance, huge machines slowly lift entire chunks of farmland, their rumbles startling a flock of falbees. Farmers in the field seem already used to this sight, momentarily lifting their heads before going back to their tasks at hand. Since Da Huang's remodeling project began, there have been lots of mandarins coming in from elsewhere, and you've gotten pretty busy yourself. It's been days since I last saw you. How did you manage to get time off to visit today?
The summer harvest is about to begin. Only once you've inspected every piece of land yourself can you begin to plan. There's also the matter of the upcoming ceremony of sacrifice. We have to take those preparations seriously. No sloppiness.
You're in charge of Da Huang. You face worry after worry for however many years now. Seems real tiring. What's your official title again? Da Huang City Tongji? It's a mouthful. I think I'll stick to calling you the Xiangzhong, which is only so much shorter.
No matter the name of my office, I still walk the same land as everybody else. Southern New Mexico. God, I remember back when I used to work in southern New Mexico. It was very close to old Mexico. Those were the days, I'll tell you. Those were the days.
I'm a Da Huang man, born and bred, never left. That in some other nomadic cities out there, they do their farming in high-rises. You're from the outside. Can you tell me what the other cities are like?
Hey, what is bro talking about like those rooftop gardens that like fucking big old like skyscrapers have in cities?
It's been years, I don't quite remember myself. The only thing that comes to mind is how the people of certain villages would get Da Huang seeds and laugh, saying the harvest may get any bigger this year. I could only pray that they wouldn't hit a catastrophe and go whoopsie poopsies, explode, and all die.
I can understand how you study seeds planted in the ground, but I don't get how you're supposed to study the sky over our heads. Even if a catastrophe doesn't hit the fields directly, the water supply would still get contaminated with orogenium. The soil would be filled with lots of tiny crystals. It's not like the equipment to grow crops in high orogenium zones is cheap either.
That's why we're here. Look, all fixed. Look at this. Ah, beautiful city. There's a couple text boxes in the way, but you can tell. You can tell it's there.
An embankment circles this land. Ravines alternate between dry and flooded, between waterways coursing 100 meters above the surface. Agricultural plates hold tight to one another. This is a nomadic city, still growing. As far as the new generation of Da Huang farmers is concerned, this is a new paradigm established by their own hands.
This engineering project is enough to make your blood run cold.
Give it another 6 months.
At least until... Thank you, Flakes. That's a big thing to come in with. That was a big comment to come in with. Respect, mad respect. This man knows what he's talking about. One of the greats. Love that from him. Excellent. Anyways.
The people are fine. It's the stock beasts who are really freaked out. They touched little Fata in months. Slimmed down a lot by the looks of it. I still feel a little uneasy every time I see a field lifted up into the sky.
There will be lots of benefits once the fields are on mobile plates. Not only will it be much easier to access electricity and water if a major catastrophe comes about, the Janshis do not need to risk their lives to handle it. The fields can simply move aside.
That's true, Laffy. Roingus, that's true. Can we get Roinguses in the chat? Can we get some Roinguses in the chat? Can we get some Roingus love going?
These are just plain old ordinary fields that we've been planting for generations. Why'd the government suddenly decide to renovate all our old cropland anyway?
A large harvest ensures more full bellies, meaning more strength to establish new settlements.
It's a transformation. People who come back from a long trip wouldn't even recognize this place. What would Shen-nong think if she knew we were moving these fields?
The land is merely taking a new form. Home itself is not leaving.
Roingin my gerb. Out here, Roingin my gerb. Roingus! Yeah! Roingus love!
I love getting a little Roingus love going in the chat. Very true. You know, maybe we'll. I don't know if there's any non-copyright Jerboa videos that I can throw on. If I had any, believe me, I would throw that on after the Minecraft parkour. We'd throw on some Jerboa videos.
I suspect Shenong would be grinning from ear to ear. From the moment she arrived on this plot of land, she was concerned only with how to scrape together a few measly fields from the bitter corn wastes. Later, when the fields multiplied, so too did her ideas. She decided to plant crops in soil contaminated by orogenium, even planting orogenium itself. That's insane. Are you saying Shenong was a genius or a fool? Neither. She was just a dreamer.
Yeah, that's the problem, Laffy, is all the Roingus content. Big nature video doesn't want all of the people to be able to see Roingus. Big National Geographic.
Big Buffer! Big Buffalo! Dumb Buffalo! Are you gonna help me find Mian Mian or not?
Fuck no, are you kidding me, you dumbass motherfucker?
So mean! Mian Mian really likes you. He won't take treats from anyone else.
Are you talking about the time I nearly picked all the banfinghi saplings in my garden clean?
Well, you should have put up a fence.
I want to make sure people could get it as needed. I didn't think I'd be feeding you stock beasts. Lucky it was just a few flowers. Did you already forget the time your stock beasts ate up all the plants in Laoshi's experimental field? What'd she say again? Besides, don't your stock beasts have positioning devices? Displays says it's over in this area. Can't you go looking by yourself?
You're right. And how about you help me pick some fruit from the orchard? I need the ones that aren't quite ripe yet. The ones that are still sour and bitter. Go quick. I've got something really important to do with them.
No. I still need to gather some samples from the fields. The last reports before the summer harvest are absolutely crucial. I can't delay.
Boring. But you're right. Everyone's been in a bad mood lately. Like, they're not eating or sleeping. They're just kind of like husks. Their skin is turning like gray, and and they're discussing the one world government. I don't know. Things are going weird here lately.
Didn't you say you were able to talk with them? Why not give them a good lecture on healthy eating?
I did go for a talk. They told me some really nasty things that made their way into Da Huang. The government.
Are you talking about the new nomadic plates?
Don't be stupid. The stock beasts talk to me, but they're not as smart as people. How should they know what the things are? They're all like, and I just have to like kind of go with that.
I'm not that smart either. I just know the work being done in the fields right now is really important.
Why not take a break? Give the new guy some of your work. Doesn't matter who gets the numbers out of the sky polls.
He doesn't know anything. When he first showed up, he couldn't tell the difference between wheat and sorghum. Everything he does, I end up having to do all over again to fix the mistakes. I have no idea why Laoshi asked me to teach him.
But he's a real fast runner, so maybe he can help me find Mian Mian. Right, I'll go ask him.
You? Well, hey, Laoshi invited him here specifically to help with the farm, and he can't. Fine. I'll go with you. Wait a sec.
Hey, new guy, drop your busy work. Come help me find my shit.
Can we get some Family Guy clips? No, that's even more copyrighted than Jerboa's. That's gonna be even more copyrighted than Roingus content.
The summer sun shines brightly while cicadas chirp away happily, and the patties of youth clumsily harvest rice. Drops of sweat big as beans streaking on his face. The muscles in his arm are well built, without proper knowledge of how to use them. They are useless for reaping the slender stalks with his sickle. Slaving away for most of the day, he's only managed to harvest a single bundle of rice. His mandarin coat hangs on a pillar. A few foul beasts who were hunting for stray grains instead decide to show great interest in this unfamiliar garment, packing at the hanging bells with their beaks.
Oh, phew! Since the Family Guy clip, I overlaying Roingus on it. Oh.
Chat, what do
you think if we like found a way to mirror the Roingus content, do you think it'd still get triggered? If we like mirror the Roingus, if we like mirror it and speed it up, do you think like they'd still try to get us on grounds of showing too much Roingus? Oh, it's midday already, and there's still so much left to do. Oh, that was only ST1. I forgot this is a decently long event. Normal channels are really big on copyright. That's the scary thing, bro. These motherfuckers, they big on not letting you share Roingus. Zooming in and flipped video, yep. The manhwa protagonist himself. You better believe, no you. That man cultivates. He's cultivating right now! That's what he's doing in the fields. He's cultivating. He's learning. Soon, 1,000 stalks in one swing of the sickle. Big Animal hates us. Big Animal is trying to hide the Jerboa. Dorothy was actually a psyop from HG fighting against Big Animal to show Roingus, to get more Roingus popularity. Does he have enemies? Oh, he has enemies. He, God. Logo to fool Big Animal. Like, logo to fool Big Animal. 3 months ago. What? The broken line is the man line, not the earth line? So it's an adult brain I need to worry about? Not some illness?
I told you before that walnut tree was planted for you.
Go give it some fertilizer before it's too late. Yeah,
I wouldn't say that. The broken line just means you'll face a difficult decision around the age of 20. But who gets to walk a path without a few twists and turns? Just let it be. The line runs much smoother after that, doesn't it?
That's right on the mark. My family farm was ruined by catastrophe when I was 23. I didn't know how I could make a living in the city. But I've done well enough for myself, coming with the rest of the folk to Da Huang to study agriculture and keeping in my old occupation.
Wow! No one can predict fate. It's only a justification for what happened.
I've heard about the wonders of the Tanji, but I didn't expect you to know so much.
A young girl like you is already a Shoye Tianchi at your age, Shu. We all gain wisdom at our own pace. I simply pass on the knowledge that I learned sooner than others. I like it when you all think that I'm smart as fuck and not 5,000 years old. I really prefer that. Yeah, I'm 25. Yeah.
Remarkable. Remarkable. Say, that young man over there's been staring at you for a while. Do you know him?
Guest, sorry. We'll talk another time.
Shu-nday, candle holder of the Sui regulator, here to review the development of Da Huang and matters relating to the Sui. There are no restrictions on your daily activities, but I ask that you refrain from leaving Da Huang for the time being. Your cooperation is much appreciated, Madam Shu.
So you're the new candle holder I've heard so much about.
Yep, this is just a customary review. It will not get in the way of your agricultural research. Feel free to go about your business as usual.
You're young. Do you even count as an adult yet?
What?
This place is pretty far out in the middle of nowhere. Did your journey go well? Any trouble with bandits?
A few bandits are no trouble with me. I started my journey as a cultivation novel protagonist young. That was my first challenge. I've been aura farming for years now, Shu. Regarding work on the 12 pagodas in 5 cities, Sui Regulator hopes that you will continue to cooperate with the Ministry of Engineering to advance the project smoothly, and that you will maintain a cordial relationship with the Tianchi bureaus. In addition, there are some matters that require... Oh, you can walk through the fields if you want, as long as you don't step on the crops, but you should give the Tianchis a heads up if you want to visit the factory. I understand the scope of my work, Madam Shu. I still have... That's the house the last candle holder used. It's been refurnished and ready for use. That's all? Any questions? No. Good. I have a lot to do in the field, so I'll take my leave.
Just ask around if you need any help. People here are very friendly to visitors.
Wait! I just realized that at this point she's gonna have pretty much the same voice as the fucking as the annoyed girl.
I'll have to think of something to differentiate them more when they run into each other.
Wait!
Excuse me, I'm on official business.
Here!
What's this? A lunchbox?
You're hungry, aren't you? You've been standing there all day like a scarecrow. Do you even know how to get food on your own?
Oh, Doge.
You like it?
Yes, it's very good.
You're just gonna eat without doing any work?
Mind your manners, Grain Buds. This gentleman is a guest. Grain Buds, do not annoy the government official, please.
But you said everyone in Dawang needs to sweat in the fields before they eat. This rain, boys. This rain.
We make our Carl Weezer. Free Minecraft parkour alive. Pog, exactly. Good night, 3:45 a.m. Bye, Flakes. 3:45 a.m. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're out in like Hawaii, right? I hope you have a nice Roingus dream. I hope there's a lot of bouncy, very bouncy gerbs. After all, this is what you asked for. Bouncy is the gerb.
But you said everyone in Dawang needs to sweat in the fields before they eat. Jimmy, the strange boy says he's on official business, but he's not working in the fields or building houses. What's he here for? What are you gonna finish that croissant? Try to get back into the Carl Weezer.
He has his own job to do.
What? Like staring?
Yes, just staring, really. Is there something I can help with? Let me think. Do you know how to work a planting machine? No, I didn't think so. You don't deal with farming equipment in your line of work. This little cube is a 6-phase monitor. Use it to place pylons at appropriate locations in the fields, and we'll be able to monitor conditions zone by zone. Can you use it? I've never touched anything like that before. Feeding stock bees?
You suck!
Can the crowd be too heavy for the gerb to bounce? That's a great question. That's a great question, Ike. I wish more people asked questions like that. It depends on how heavy the crown is. Really, it depends on... Everybody knows that heavy is the crown, but how heavy? The jerboa is a very powerful creature. It can bounce through a lot of strain. There are probably crowns that exist that are too heavy, but the thing is that if the crown is too heavy, it's likely too big for the jerboa in the first place. If it's a jerboa-sized crown that the jerboa can wear, it can probably still bounce. The crown is probably not too heavy. I do like Rambud's design. Yeah. It's pretty solid. I like the little birdie thing that she has kind of on her, the almost like Christmas ornament type little bird that she has tied to her arm.
Well, if you're going to be here for a while, perhaps you could learn how to do farm work. You could start by clearing the weeds. Is that you, Lao Shi? Oh, good timing, Zhao here. This is a distant cousin of mine from the capital. He came to see Da Huang. My student, Hasheng, he'll teach you. Huh?
That whistle is loud and annoying. Winnie Fish and Chips, what did I miss? You didn't miss much. There's still plenty of Shu to find. Plenty of Shu moments.
Is this where the positioning device says the stock beast is?
Yeah. When I blow this whistle, Mian will know I'm looking for him and come out. Mian was gay the whole time. Oh, I always knew.
Positioning device. There's one on every stock beast in Da Huang. They're not very precise, but they give us an idea of their rough location. Every single one? There must be thousands of stock beasts in Da Huang. Well, we've had a lot of stray stock beasts. The ones that the older students kept for research had a tendency to elope. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with such things. Why'd you join the army if you're a relative of Lao Shi's? No important reason, really. Is your family all mandarins? How the fuck did you know I was descended from oranges? He's entering the nether portal! He's back to the overworld! Sorry. Oh, sorry. I got a little distracted. That was a moment of weakness. My apologies. No important reason, really. Is your family all mandarins? Why do you ask? The way you talk and the manner you carry yourself in general. Not a lot of people your age around here like that, except for a few blue blood families. I mean no offense. I didn't say you offended anyone.
Weird. Why isn't he coming out? Mian, I swear, the Chinese government definitely will accept you for who you truly are. Mian had a fight with Xiaobar a few days ago. Is that why you ran away?
Did he get pulled in by a female again and then was like, no? He mooed at her like, hell no, bitch, I want that cock.
What? But you like Xiaobar. They're always together when I take them out to the mud pond. Not like that, Candlestick! Not like that, Candlestick!
Candlestick?
I'll draw a picture of him. Memorize it and we'll split up to look for him.
It's a very good drawing. Are you serious? After all the time I spent caring for stock beasts, can barely tell it's Mian.
Four legs and some spots. Why is it so hard? It's not like that's what they all look for. Have you ever seen a stock beast, Candlestick?
Not often.
It's okay. You haven't seen stock beasts. I haven't seen nomadic cities. We all got things we never seen before.
Have you never been outside to the other cities?
No, but I heard about them from Xiaohe. The rice that we produce each year is sent outside. They're developing new crops so that people outside can have lots to eat. We're doing GMOs!
You'll still have plenty of chances.
Well, no rush. I like this place. Oh yeah, take a whiff of this.
Alcohol?
Rice wine soup, my favorite snack. See where the steam's rising? That's the brewery. We can stop by on our way.
So there are breweries here. Part of the harvest is safe for brewing. The oldest batch is more than 100 years old. Do you drink? I did once try wine made from maize leaves. It was a gift from a farmer on a mission. It had a very strong taste. Almost made me gag. He said it would warm us up, but we didn't expect it to be like that. He said they barely had enough to eat and didn't have the luxury of brewing with grain. How the hell did y'all get corn all the way over there? I guess someone in fucking Sargon or like Bolivar, someone from Yan went to Sargon or Bolivar, got corn and brought it all the way back. People out there still don't have enough to eat. Land is vast. There are big differences between regions. I hear something over there.
Wow, Candlestick, you sure can jump. We'll find Mian soon enough.
Our drones can fly higher than that, and we have the positioning device to help us. No need to... Wait, over there.
A fire?
3 months. 3 months. What am I saying? 3 months. Yes, 3 months. 3 months, this project is no small thing, and every segment needs to ensure that there are no problems. 3 months is already on the optimistic side. 12 pagodas and 5 cities isn't just a poetic quote. You know how long the prototype has simmered in the minds of the Tianqis from generation to generation? Dorian, it's the Shu event that just happens to include Joole. Come on now. Mistake in the rear of locations. Well, corn is hardy. I'm just saying corn is not like corn is not an old world crop. At least I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure corn is it's like tomatoes. There are new world plants. So I'm pretty sure it's like, to get corn into Yan, similar to tomatoes, you'd have to have someone bring it back from Sargon or Bolivar. And I mean, it would have to be,
Then again, neither of those really grow, because, like, the Sargon jungle's, like, more Amazon rainforest than, like, necessarily places in South America that you'd actually, South or North America, that you'd find more corn. So it really would just be you'd have to get into Bolivar and find the corn there. Because corn is not exactly something that grows in, like, a rainforest. I would know, considering it grows near me in the Midwestern United States, where we do not have the climate of a rainforest. Yeah. It's all one big landmass, so it's easier. True. You can eventually have someone go over. Although getting there and getting back would be a struggle, and then of course you'd have to actually probably learn how to cultivate it, and that would be rough early on when you figure out what it can and can't do. Makes you aren't from a rainforest? Yeah, I know. It's a big shocker.
Of course, the first step is always the hardest. Though I am but a humble paper pusher, I've had the honor to study at the Tianchi Bureaus myself. My command of the arts is a far cry from the masters in the room, of course, but I'm hardly content with sitting behind a desk and drinking tea while staring at my Tianchi apparatus. 3 months. That was how long it took us up in the north, in heavy wind and snow. Think carefully and give me an answer. How long will it take to finish the assembly of the last 2 plates of Da Huang's core section? And tell me, I've been thinking of selling dating courses. You think anyone here will buy? Yes or no? Maybe a little more than a month, given enough energy and supplies. There's no need to worry about energy. I've already given instructions for the supplies. Your only concern is the project's progress. 3 months Geniel said 3 years and 7 days. I really will die in 3 years and 7 days if you leave. Oh, there they go. Poor Baird. She actually had a good fit in the Glasgow gang, and thus she had to be summarily executed for it. Good fashion sense is not allowed. Indra has survived many assassination attempts for having the second best strip. It's such a distance. Simply transporting supplies is a massive undertaking. Every day delayed represents a huge expenditure of money and resources. This is no place for complacency, for the sake of the people and the hard-earned taxes they pay. We're in the 6th month of the year now. I sincerely hope you'll be reunited with your families by mid-autumn. Sometimes you'll have to ruffle the feathers a little. I'm sorry you had to see that. Oh yeah, this girl. It's, she fucks the horseman in the Ling event, right? Her and Horseboy are like all about it. Why I got an ad of a cheap controller unboxing channel in this stream? Rod, I have no idea what makes. I have no control over what ads are shown. Also, looking back to Minecraft Parkour for a moment, goddamn, I love shader packs that will like do this type of thing. Like it's they got the Aurora Borealis at night, bro. What the hell? That's crazy. They got a damn eclipse happening at the same time, I think, as well. The moon's like covered. Oh.
Right, you know what? This is gonna be her voice. 3 months in the north. You were talking about the Dunyan project. The city was closed due to heavy snow. The Imperial Court decided to put things on hold until conditions improved, but when the messenger arrived, he found that the Tianchi in command had rammed the frozen originium layer open with a segment of the city, rescuing tens of thousands of villagers who were trapped by wintry conditions. The textbooks still celebrate the story, the event that took you to the position you hold today, Minister 1. There's no need to be so humble.
You flatter me. I'm simply an engineer who worked his way up, slowly up, I should say, the Tianchi ranks. It's how I placed all of my nose in the air. But bringing this up is what it takes to get a bunch of stressed and overworked Tianchis to listen to me.
Seems you're confident in the construction of the 12 pagodas in 5 cities, and it will progress smoothly.
Even if I'm confident, everything has been so rushed. There can be flaws in the best laid plans. I'll be counting on your backup in that case, Assistant Minister Ning. And I'll warn you now, I plan on testing some of the techniques I preach in my dating courses on you. Let me smash. Yes? No? I'm initiating this conversation. For sex? Hello?
I'm here for the... I'm here for making sure everything goes smoothly. That's what I'm here for, yeah.
Now you've only just arrived at Dwahuang. I assume you're not familiar with the place yet. Now, it may not be as prosperous as the Heartland, but it's rich with gifts from the earth. The many delicacies made from local produce are a delight. Have you had the chance to try the local Wadu porridge? Porridge, for example.
I'm afraid not.
Dahuang's Wudo so is one of a kind. The 5 beans, Wudo, are red, black, mung, soy, and white. They complement each other, but it's the local rice that truly makes the Dahuang Wudo porridge stand out. The wonderful fragrance and rich flavor of Dahuang rice elevate an ordinary bowl of porridge to the symbol of Dahuang's culinary culture. Bro, this, like... I 100% imagine this, like, bro's got, like, his, like, arm around her shoulders, like, saying all of this, like, surely this is going to result in a date. If I just explain if I just explain this all, I'm certainly going to be having the sex later. Yes. The 5 beans each have their own flavor, but it is the rice that makes or breaks the dish. Cooking it, therefore, far more than just dumping the ingredients into a pot and lighting the stove. It is far more difficult. Heat control is the key. The 5 beans must not be allowed to usurp the rice at center stage, else it becomes just an ordinary bowl of grain porridge. Alright, please stop talking to me. You must really try it, and you have the time, which you certainly will. Later! Alright, I will. On another note, how was that loser beta guck Prime Minister Ning? Oh wait, that's her grandfather. I thought it was the Orse guy. Third world country alpha male vlogger. Grandfather's getting on in age, but he has been fortunate to avoid major illness. Nevertheless, I hope I'll be mindful of his health. Sorry for calling your grandfather a beta cuck. Perhaps I should bring a little joke in when I report back to Baisho. The thought will suffice. I would rather not see you at all, quite frankly. Oh, but given Dahuang's ties to the Sui, I expect I will have plenty of dealings with the Sui regulator and the Ministry of Rights. I have been long in awe of High Minister Ning's achievements, but age spares none of us. It would be better for the High Minister to be less involved in particular matters. If more presence here in Dahuang is unwelcome, I can certainly submit a letter to the Grand Tutor immediately. No, you misunderstood! I only meant that the Ning family must be delighted that you have risen to the post of Assistant Minister at such a young age, and that your grandfather must have taught you so well. Assistant Minister 1, yes? If you simply intend to say the young and inexperienced Ning Chicho is not fit to work with the legendary Challenger of Dion, then you'll hear no argument from me. But as long as we're working with one another, if you have something to say, just say it. Stop thinking yourself clever by beating around the bush. A truly clever man would be much more amicable than you. I will take my leave. No! My pussy! I'm not gonna get to have sex this month either! No! Yeah, damn, if they want to make someone look normal, they have to be Liberian. You mean a Liberi? What a good thing the fire just started and right by the river. What the Alright, why did you start a fire by the forest? Arson is a serious crime. Wouldn't do it on purpose. The foul beast that was another student's project ain't my project. All it left was an egg. I'll get more revenge while cooking the egg. Or not revenge, I'll cook the egg in memory of my lost project.
Enough of that crap! The fire's starting to spread. Stomp it out!
I have a how we can make a control line when the winds are calm. I'll clear away any vegetation in the back and stop the fire from spreading that way.
Alright, phew. The accents are blending. Ugh. Oink. Oink.
Meow, meow.
Oink.
Found you. What are you doing here? Hey, tell me, do you like Shelby or not?
Where did Shu-nday go? He said we're gonna clear the vegetation, but I don't see him anywhere.
Did he lose his way?
Oh, oink.
Should we look for him?
Oink. Farmer boy pulling widow? What?
Joel. I'm right here. I did find Man, but I did find this pair in a nest. Well, he's carrying two suckbeast foals in his ropes. They're so young that they have yet to open their eyes. You shouldn't have brought back foals so young. I shouldn't. But I checked the area and the mother was nowhere to be found. They wouldn't have survived for long if left to their own devices. Isn't it better to bring them back so they can survive under your supervision?
We're not supervisors, we're friends. Well,
No, the delayer in the joke. Don't worry. Oh, okay.
they give us wool, we give them tasty hay, chase away bugs, and scratch their itches.
We don't know if they're carrying any diseases or if they can be domesticated. Plus,
They've got a scent on them. The mother wouldn't have them even if she came back.
that's why you shouldn't have touched them. That's goddamn tell you what, boy, that's why you shouldn't have touched them.
We already did, so we need to take care of them.
Why do you keep staying up for him? He's clearly in the wrong. He doesn't know anything.
I'm doing this because he doesn't know anything. Never mind. I'll go back and ask the teachers what to do with the little guys. Let's hurry or they might catch a cold.
Yeah.
Oh, you again. Are you at lunch? There was a fire here and you don't talk at all. You'd have gotten burned if it wasn't for us.
Keep your distance, Brain Butts. He might swing his axe at you.
So immersed in the new OST until they return to the originals. Yeah.
He won't. He comes out when I play my flute. He likes to hear me play.
Oh my fucking god, stop.
See? You all say not to come here, but I come all the time when no one's looking. I just can't cross the river. He comes out when I play this tune.
Ah!
He comes out when I play this tune. I've seen him smile. I can even lean over and touch his axe. He always keeps his hand clenched around it, but he is... Ouch! Why'd you hit me? Now you made me mad. I'm not bringing you any treats next time.
That's enough, Grain Buds. Let's go. The foals. We'll bring them back. Next time, think before you act.
What am I doing here? I mean, this is kind of like... he did think before he acted, though. This is unfair to say. You're saying, oh, he don't know shit. But by the information that he had and knew at the time, this was the best decision. So he did think before he acted. He didn't have the full scope of knowledge that you do. So now he'll make a different choice in that moment. But in the moment, he was thinking before he acted. This is just silly to say. You're gonna say, oh, you didn't know about this. What the fuck? And then also say, why didn't you think about this? Well, you said it yourself. He didn't know. So, like, why did you expect him to think about that when he didn't know? Like, duh. Durr. Silly bitch. Goddamn. Alright, chat. While I am going to go take a piss, because I gotta. Let's have, you know what? Let's have next type of side video. The average IQ in Terra is 63. Damn, they're still smarter than Dorian. What the fuck? I guess. Well, that's not teaching or anything. That's not teaching. You already taught the lesson. You said, well, like, they like the mother won't take them like with the scent and everything, and so like we should like be more careful about doing that. But then to say next time think before you act is like silly. To just say remember that before you act, that makes sense. To say think before you act in general is dumb because he was clearly thinking. Supa is playing Balatro. Good for him. Okay, wait, next up a side video. More Minecraft parkour. GTA 5 racing. Or Jerboa video. Risky. Okay. Now I'm gonna go take a piss. So everybody enjoy the parkour. Okay, looks like GTA Racing is the winner. No one at all voted for Roingus videos. They know that Big Animal will try to assassinate me if I expose the true most beautiful creature to ever exist to more people. I must continue to spread Jerboa propaganda in the shadows. This is a report on the Shanghai Zong and catastrophe countermeasures and review of my own actions. I'm sorry I let you down, Father. Now I will,
No need. You won't have to participate in Human's return to the capital anymore.
But are you giving me a suspension?
It's not my place to interfere with the Sui regulator's appointments, but as the Warden of Human, I have authority over military personnel assignments. There's an important mission for you to undertake away from Human. It's planting season in Dahong.
Here's video yourself and use it next time. I can't go to like where Roinguses are to film. There's no Roinguses in like North America. Maybe there's Jerboas at a zoo somewhere. And they have like a proper, you know, Roingus enclosure. And then I would probably just sit there for like hours at the zoo being like, oh my god, I love Roingus. Yeah, like for example, like the Jerboas that's like the Dorothy type, like the long-eared Jerboas, those are in like Mongolia and northern China, bro. I'm not going there. Yeah, Jerboas, they essentially they pretty much go from around like Morocco all the way to like northern Korea. You can find different types of Jerboas like all along that kind of like strip. They go like Morocco up through the Middle East, over to like northern China, Mongolia, northern Korea. There's a bunch of different types.
There's an planting season. You mean agriculture? That's the important mission?
Is that not important? I understand that agriculture is the lifeblood of the nation, and I've heard about Dahong, but I don't understand why me. So you might see, and after I see, you think. Be ready to depart once you've completed the mission handover.
One last thing, Father. I discovered some suspicious activity when investigating the Shu-nday Zong's movements. They appear to be very familiar with the human patrol schedules and routes. If they really manage to obtain intelligence on humans' defenses, I have spoken. This is not your concern anymore.
I mean, you know, I don't know, Dad. I feel like, I don't know, the terrorist gang that knew all of our military secrets is probably important. But no, I'll go plant. I'll go shut up and plant. And, you know, whatever. There are no zoos with Jerboas in America. Yeah, that's true. And it's probably good, because even in a zoo, it's really difficult to properly raise a gerb. They're very much meant to bounce free. Captivity is quite bad for them. They can't live a gerb life. I guess myself. Well then film it and send it to me. Rod, film Roingus and then send me Roingus videos so I can use Roingus videos that are copyright free. Never forget what all you do is for.
A man like you can't be trusted.
Wapow.
Working in the fields all day and practicing kung fu at night for a whole month. You must be exhausted.
Yun, it's you.
You were focused, but I didn't achieve anything. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Perhaps by focusing on improving myself here, I'll be able to do what I couldn't before. Well, perhaps. You know, there's this old Lungmin Kung Fu movie. The hero was an arrogant and haughty swordsman who spent all his life pursuing martial perfection, which always seemed just out of reach. His fortunes took an ill turn and he lost everything. Fame, fortune, reputation, even one of his arms. Now a broken man, he found himself in a tiny remote village.
Personal footage. I fucking... If one of my fans actually were to go out and record Jerboa footage and then didn't send it to me, I would kind of be disappointed. I'd be actually like, what the fuck? I've made it clear how much I love Roingus. And now you're attempting to hide Roingus from me? That's crazy. That's crazy work. Also, good luck finding them. They're actually generally, I believe, pretty friendly with humans. It's just that they're kind of small and fast and they're not out in the day a lot. So while they will generally be like totally fine interacting with people, it's, you know, gonna be hard to find them.
His fortunes took an ill turn and he lost everything. Oh, yeah, I already read this one. There, he lived among the peasants, eating with the lowly folk who used to lie beneath his notice. For 3 years, he chopped his own firewood and boiled his own water, not touching his sword even once. He finally drew his blade when his enemies came for him. To his surprise, his sword struck with a fury he'd never known before.
Are you saying that I'm arrogant and haughty?
I'm just telling you what happened in the movie.
Do things like that happen in reality? To my knowledge, fuck no. Are you kidding me? You don't just not train for 3 years and then be better than ever before. That's fucking ridiculous.
The audiences love it though. Back to basics, the proud humbled, that sort of thing. However, it is true that one's temperament has an effect on many things.
Right next to me, I think it would be easy enough. Just start gerb hunting. Start roig hunting. Yeah. There's some places where I think because gerbs will like eat like crops, certain like places where people treat them as pests, and like I don't think those farming communities, quite frankly, should be allowed to live and exist and eat their own crops. Those are clearly first come, first serve to the Jerboa. Like, if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. The gerbs need to live. Other, like, pests, okay, I can see, you know, your problem, but, like, the Roingus? I mean, they're so peak. I don't understand why anyone would want that to not be the case.
Have you felt your perspective change since you left human? I don't feel like it has at all. How about a break? Water? Thanks. I have a question myself. Why did you come stay with me? Why not in human? You're traveling across the Anna's candle holder. Felt like I could learn a lot by accompanying you on your journeys. I was sent here by my father. You could have learned just as much by going back to the capital with human. I went with Laoshi to Baijiao. It was prosperous, but little else. Da Huang seemed more interesting. You're talking like you're on holiday. Ha! I don't understand what father wants me to see. What have you seen then during your time in Da Huang? What have I seen? Da Huang used to be one of the rare places without much originian pollution due to its unique geography, making it an important Yanese breadbasket since antiquity. But thanks to hard work on the agricultural Tianxis, arable land area is growing year after year.
I would say that if it was my living, but it's not my living. It's the living of people who hate jerboas, so L bozos. How about that? Bet you didn't see that one coming. Construction has begun on defenses against potential catastrophes. Currently, the city has 16 large plates, some 60 or so small plates, 730 tanchis, and a population exceeding 50,000. Despite its remote location, the people are content and hardworking. Is that all? Just some insignificant details. Insignificant, huh? What about you? Do you have any sights you couldn't have seen with the Grand Master? Well, for example, the couple next door had a big fight after dinner last night. The husband had gone on a journey last month and found the other cities to be much more interesting. He wanted to move away. I saw the pair of foul beasts that make their nest in the tree outside, taking turns to hunt and sit on their eggs. The eggs should hatch any day now. I also saw the strange sight that was Tianchis of all locations coming together to fret, even cry their hearts out before channeling a statue. The strangest scene I saw, however, was that of a few animals making a fool of a young kung fu master. Did you find the stock beast? When did you... Many years ago, the Grandmaster instructed me in the moves of all the various schools of kung fu, and had me record the clashes with experts from those myriad schools. But my innate condition prevents me from studying the martial arts. I said you must be exhausted working in the fields all day and practicing kung fu. By night, I envy you, as a matter of fact. I'm sorry? Even so, the Grandmaster allowed me to follow him, allowed someone who cannot study kung fu to watch you do so. He didn't tell me what I was supposed to learn, only that I should pay attention to detail and accuracy. Recorded and studied according to his instructions. But I began to realize that kung fu isn't just about moves. The Grandmaster's philosophies on the fists are also philosophies on life. And every action or lack thereof corresponds to the natural laws of wax and wane. Its wisdom amazed me even further, focusing on the infinite mysteries of kung fu. Where do you even start? To be regulators, kung fu is not just for self-defense, but also to suppress the enemy and protect the innocent. I don't think one should draw too many conclusions about it. It's just a skill. Right. I later realized that it wasn't so complicated. Kung fu is just kung fu. No more, no less. I didn't learn this through the study of martial arts. I learned this wisdom from everyday life, as I grew older and wiser, correlating it with kung fu. Wisdom isn't about one thing, it's about everything. Everything? The Grandmaster wrote in the Book of Arms, see the others through the self. Remain upright and wait for the proper time. What he means is that one must ensure that one's posture is upright and firm, then seek the opportunity for victory. No matter the situation, one must remain composed, unaffected by outside matters. Yeah!
What's that? You look like you saw a ghost. There you are, Candlestick. See you with ink brush. I was looking for you all day.
Rice experiment area A, soil originium activity was 20% the growing period. Total production was approximately 320 caddies. Experiment area B, 23% originium activity, 150 caddies production. Experiment area C, 25% originium activity, almost zero crop survival. Negligible change from last season's data or the season before. Same goes for all the other crop experiment areas. I see. You don't look disappointed at all. No point in trying to rush things. We take them one step at a time. I'll be here in thousands of years, and you fucking won't. 25% remains the critical line. Plant survivability drops off precipitously once soil originium activity exceeds that level. This applies to both cash crops and cover crops. Yet the figure remains much lower than the level of natural soil originium activity in the vast majority of regions. Thinking about giving up?
No, I'm just not sure. If this is the only result, then there's no way to expand the application of the Wan Qing, the 10,000 Qing of Fertile Fields project. All these years, nothing to show for it. Not even a bud of hope.
15%. 25 years ago, that was the critical line that had us stumped. It took 9 generations of crops before we found an originium-resistant variant in the corner of one of the plates.
You and the Tianxis kept going for this long?
Did you know that people used to fertilize the fields with fluids from the Dahong fibrous slug in order to protect crops from the impact of originium?
Yeah, but it's just folklore. There's no scientific basis to it. Originium doesn't affect plants like it does animals. It only changes the...
Yes, but that's what people in the past came up with when technology wasn't so advanced. The result of coincidence and misunderstanding. We tried so many different things just to carve out a little piece of farmland.
Those a kung fu will keep its name without changes. All the information Iridium passed to people that chose a kung fu will keep its name without changes.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that are a bit like sussy, although I mean, given like thoughts about like, oh, Originium is like data manifest, I mean, you would expect culture kind of to remain within it. If it's data manifest that's meant to redefine like life itself, then like it does kind of make sense that culture would remain within. You know, there's like information beyond just purely biological. But yeah, it's a confusing. It's confusing, certainly in concept. As you said, the Wanqing project is one where hope is hard to come by. Perhaps many years later, people look back at us the same way as we look back at the ancients who fertilized their fields with fibrous slug fluids. Only one thing is clear, though. Plates on their own can't produce enough food for everyone. People will always go hungry in the remote villages, places where the nomadic city can't reach. I'm willing to believe that one day, we'll break the shackles of Originium, and we'll truly have the 10,000 Qing of fertile fields. A certain someone said that to me, once upon a time.
Do you mean? Still working in the lab at this hour. The power bills keep piling up.
I'm just here to submit some data. I'll be going now.
Oh, Zhao, I haven't seen you for a while. Look how tall you've grown. Why don't you stay for dinner?
Sorry, I have things to do in the fields. Excuse me.
Why does he always look like he's terrified of me?
Well, you're the big boss of Dahong. People should be scared of you.
Doesn't mean everyone will listen to me. Isn't the hour a little late to still be working?
Alright, I'll be going.
Cooking soup so late is rather tiring. Smells good. Who are you treating? Your sisters? Or that relative of yours who came to visit? What's his name? Shu-nday?
Everyone's working hard in preparation for the summer harvest. The soup is for the hardest worker.
Did you have to poke fun at me before dinner? A little mean, don't you think?
Then bring the bowl over.
Alright. All my life I've been dealing with things that grow from the soil. Now I have to learn about everything about engineering from scratch. It's not easy dealing with the Ministry of Engineering arguing all day. At the assignment of a few Tianjis, you're more tired of their farm work.
Eat up. You've definitely lost a few caddies.
Sure, except 3 huge pieces of rib in one bowl. You're trying to burst my stomach. 3's plenty. One more and it's gonna spill over. Spilled soup would make a mess. It's even worse when someone gets burned.
You can put it down if you don't want it, a fucking ungrateful bitch.
I won't do. Now. So much effort went into this soup. We can't let it go to waste.
Do you have to talk like that today?
I'm just talking about this bowl of ribs and liano soup. The ribs come from lovingly raised meat beasts, while the liano comes from the ponds that we dug with our own hands. Meat beast is what my old late husband used to call his gunk. The soup represents the efforts of generations of people. With your efforts all these years, you must not allow what should not be here to ruin this hard-won soil.
After all these years,
So many years, I've almost forgotten how I came to know you. Sometimes I wish I really did. If only you were just a diligent Nongye Chonshi and me a humble farmer. But I could never forget. Even if I forgot, someone would help me remember. The scrolls of the sweet regulator, remember?
The list of fallen candle holders remembers. Say no more.
You know what I mean, what I'm concerned about. Your brother. One person can fool another, but no one can fool time. It took me the better part of my lifetime to come to trust you. I don't have the time left to trust another. He shouldn't have come back at a time like this, Shu. Don't make things difficult for me now.
What is the charge, Laffy? What is the charge?
Good evening, Rainbuds. Wingbrush, why are you standing so far away? All right, I promise. I know your book isn't a sketchbook, and I won't add faces to the people in it.
Sketchbook? Does she mean your record of martial combat? My fault. Don't ever let the Grandmaster of Chobai see it. I know. Well, come to think of it, they might like the cartoonish style. Were you looking for me, Grainbuds?
Here, this is for you.
A bracelet?
Weave from Mian Mian's wool. Thank you, Gift, for bringing him home today.
I didn't do anything except cause problems.
Well, don't think too much about what Xiaowei said. He's alright most of the time, but he gets angry and stubborn when it comes to farming. All the young Tanshis he tutors are scared of him.
Is already a Shoye Tianchi?
I think he takes over Shu's lessons when she's busy. There's so many kinds of Tianchi, I just can't keep track of them. Hey, why are you called Candlestick anyway?
Candle holder?
Yeah, it's so weird. Nobody uses candles anymore.
The title candle holder comes from... Never mind, it just means I'm one of Yan's official messengers.
Well, mind that, you don't accidentally set the letters on fire.
What are you snickering? What are you snickering at? Sketchbook ink brush? Nothing, Candlestick Messenger. And then those two would go on to have gay sex at night in the fields. The sky grows dark, the summer breeze brings the fresh scent of the earth. Insects sing amongst the grass, the stars rise. Oh fuck, he in one of them new biomes in the parkour now. He in one of them, what's it called? The like clay deserty ones? I forget what the fuck they're called. He in that place.
Xiaowei, when are you gonna come over? Are you still angry that I should help the Tianchis to register the foals?
I'm not angry, I'm just exhausted after dealing with the foals he brought back.
Oh, do you need to go to bed? We need to name the pair. They were found together. I've got an idea. Name them Xiaomon like Grainbuds and Xiaowei like grain stalk.
No fucking way.
Hey Sheng sits down in the grass. Sorry if you're still angry at me.
I'm not really angry at you.
Candlestick, what does a messenger like you doing in dog? You're not delivering letters, just playing with us all day.
I made a mistake. Father sent me here to learn. I was too harsh when trying to chase down the terrorists. I mean, my bad, I guess, bro.
But I'm not sure what I'm supposed to learn or how I'm supposed to learn it. In my old job, there were a lot of things that hadn't been cleared up, but Father wouldn't let me investigate. Not even sure what I'm doing here.
Wow, your dad's scary. The teachers at the Tianchi Bro scold the kids even younger than me. They say that if you don't behave, your Baba and Mama will come and punish you. Well, Candlestick got punished by his Baba, but I've made so many mistakes, so I don't mind to come and punish me.
Oh, that's awkward. Your parents? Oh.
Shu says my parents are Tianchis in a place far away, but she never told me what they do or why I don't hear from them. It's called heaven. The Xiangxiang says my parents name me Xiaomon or Grainbuds because they think we should be content with the little things, like grains in the field.
General Zhou must be hoping that you'll live a happy and carefree life, Shoei.
The Grand Master must hope that you will be content and comfortable in whatever situation then, Yun. Come to think of it, I never got the chance to ask you your name.
Yun Qingping. Some people sometimes say it sounds like a girl's name.
Not at all. Sounds nice. Reminds me of lotus ponds in the summer.
Xiaowei's name has a story behind it too. The farmers found him in the rice fields. The old folks thought he was born from the rice, which is how he got a name that means rice stalk. Shu still has a picture of him back then. I'll bring it tomorrow.
Rain buds.
Everyone loves that photo. Candlestick and Inkbrush should see it too.
Why doesn't Hey Sheng get a nickname beyond Xiaohei? Why not contribute one? Grainbuds here seems quite amenable to suggestions.
Summer evening breeze brushes through their hair, the accompaniment of cicada songs. How long is this event, by the way, chat? I don't know if we're gonna make it to halfway today. This shit is, I don't know if it's just the first few chapters. These have been damn long.
Look!
Grandma's no longer chasing the firefly. She sits on the grass, smelling of night dew, panic from the chase. There's no room for gloom or worry. In the heart of the young and innocent, she has only eyes for the sincere joy of the present.
Look! Shooting stars! According to Shu, the old Shu-nday story say that crops go well where the shooting star falls. Should we go and see where they fell?
She said that to get you to come down from your tree and go to bed. You seriously think that's true?
Of course I do!
But it's very far away, way beyond Dahuang.
And we'll leave Duahong!
What if they fell at the edge of heaven?
And we'll go to the edge of heaven. I'll go. You'll come too, Xiaohui. And the rest of you too. There's a lot of time to look for them before the sun rises. Maybe we'll never find them and keep walking until we're all grandpas and grandmas.
Searching for stars. Yes, searching for stars. Does it occur to you that this might be what you're supposed to be looking for? Stars?
Yeah! Come, let's cross the stream.
Hey, Jole, how old are you? 19? What's the matter? Nothing. I'm older than you.
Hey, what are you talking about over there? Tomorrow's the Zhaiji. Dahuang will be holding the Shenong Festival, welcoming Shenong with songs and costumes. Let's go have some fun.
How long modern events are. Yeah. Is it longer or shorter than Dorothy's vision? Only just 1 hour has passed? It's an hour and a half. That's past Project. I think it's a little over it because I started the stream a little bit before. Yeah. I just have to help my dad with something later, so I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna hit the fucking. He has. There's like a bunch of heavy shit that he needs my help carrying, so I have to finish at some point and then get to helping him with that. Alright, let's see what I think. Alright.
Let's sit until the sun rises.
The Shenong Festival. It's not for fun, is it?
Of course it is. They put on plays and fairs and there's lots to eat. The Zhansheng says everybody's been working so hard we should relax a little. Xiaohui is going. I'm gonna play the flute. There are other shows too.
Alright, I'll go and see. I'll see. And think. Another lost harvest. Sow the seeds, raise the seedlings, and we see it all taken away by catastrophe. We took our land back from the Farenmoots. Why then do so many people continue to suffer? Is there a land not afflicted by catastrophe? Wind, frost, rain, and snow we can handle. But catastrophe and originium are a whole different matter. People they touch fall ill, crops they touch die. The rain is the rain is not a threat. You can Shu can take the rain by herself. Farmers look for the right soil to plant their crops. Is this land not fit for humans who planted us here in the first place? Must find a way. Man must eat. Let the wild plains, rivers, and mountains come high. Heavy is the crowd. I saw harsh as the east wind. Harsh the east wind, the frozen moon, heaven's fickle raging thunder. May the scent of rice fill heaven and earth, north and south, and be never drought nor flood. If only I was the wind and spring rain, bringing spring to the people. Plow the great plains and soak them with blood, sweat, tears. Trample a thousand-leaf flat and turn them into fields of gold. This is what you asked for, heavy is the ground. The scorching sun of the 6th month has turned the city into an oven. The occasional wind brings the pleasant scent of rice and warms the heart. This year's opera is particularly popular. The space in front of the stage is filled with people, heads bobbing up and down as they stand on tiptoes, trying to get a better view while unconscious of humming along. Jole watches the stage from afar. The actors are dressed in fashions of the past, their motions theatrically exaggerated, belting out verses in a regional dialect that he does not fully understand. What's it about? That's the story of Shenlong putting the land of Da Huang to plow for the first time. Now, the 3-act opera is an essential part of the annual Shenlong Festival. This is the second act, Signs of Heaven. Why isn't it in the local dialect? First Xianxi's here came from all over Yan. No one remembers exactly where they came from today, but when the opera was written, the characters were assigned a regional dialect based on their traits. Things have stayed that way. Kinda like how I was assigned a southern accent because I farm all day, have a pickup truck, and am not too fond of them goddamn immigrants. What about the people lined up over there? They're there to greet Shenlong. Legend has it that Shenlong returns to Da Huang every summer to check on the harvest. As one of the rare unpolluted regions, Da Huang has long been Yan's breadbasket. It began 1,000 years ago. A group of farmers settled here and began cultivating the land. Till catastrophe found them. The song from the stage grows high and piercing, drumsticks raining upon tiny drums in increasing frenzy. An actor circles the stage, wearing simple clothes, carrying a basket filled with rice grains. Is that actor playing Shenlong? A catastrophe the likes of which had never been seen struck Da Huang. Land was severely polluted and monsters ravaged the farms. Generations of hard work reduced to nothing. Cultivating the land is hard. Finding land that can be cultivated is even harder. Shenlong learned of what happened here and decided to try to save this hard-won soil. Settled here with a group of farmers in Tianxi studying how to cleanse the pollution in the soil, developing new breeds of crops that could adapt to the environment. Generation after generation. Well, sorry, Ron. It's written in the story. They wrote it down. I wasn't the one that put rain in there. Someone in Hyperriff is a big fan, you know. So hopefully that guy who's I'm claiming is a big fan will bring back Dorothy for Dorothy Alter, Dorothy the Redeemed Vision. The drumming grows deeper and heavier. The song becomes broad and bold. A crash of the gong. A screaming song sweeps the stage. On stage, Shenlong turns around, disappearing into the falling white snow, made from rice flowers and reed flowers, until the whole stage is covered in white. The flute heralds a green bud sprouting from the snow. The flute player plays a winding melody. Zhole stretches out his hand and catches a rice flower floating from the stage. What's the story here? Shenlong passed away on a journey to the north in search of new species. Her body was never found, only a basket and pouch filled with rice grains. They were brought back to Da Huang and buried in a cenotaph. Some say that in the summer of the year Shenlong's death, she was seen descended from the sky as the last rice was harvested, judging the harvested crops with gladness, sowing new seeds in the fields. Since then, Da Huang has held an annual festival to welcome Shenlong and play for good harvest. Is Shenlong a figure of legend? Absolutely not! There are elements of myth and story associated with her. There is no doubt that Shenlong did, in fact, exist. There are records of her existence in the Tianxi Bureau's publications. As the founder of Yanese agricultural theory, the first to summarize it in a systematic manner, responsible for determining the patterns of the 24 J-tree solar terms. Surely it's not just the Tianxi Bureaus that kept such records. It should be common knowledge in Yan. I'm surprised you had to ask. Shu, the sixth, measured the signs of heaven and laid out the 24 J-chi. She appeared in Da Huang at the time of a great famine, and has faithfully served the city for 1,000 years since. Didn't realize there was one like that among the proxies. Oh, yeah, so it was Shu who did that, and she just let it be seen as, like, Shenlong. And also, the government, obviously, and everybody wanted it to be seen as Shenlong, that a person did it, and not that a fragment of Sui did it. It saves them face, and it grants them extra face. That's very accurate, very Chinese.
Zhao He, you're early today. Is Greenbud's not with you? And who's this young man over here? Uncle Wang, I'm not... I shouldn't get into young folks' business. How is the harvest growing? For your research crops. Pretty good. We're at a key juncture. We might see results in another couple seasons. Good. Nice to have something to show for, after working hard all year round. Well, have fun. I'll get the reaper ready.
That was a lie, wasn't it?
Don't ask. Where did Greenbuds go? She's supposed to be playing the flute for the show.
It's me. I brought you some fresh baked cookies. Thought I would use rough cane sugar, but nobody uses that anymore. These are made from the white sugar they sell in shops. Try one. These fruit are a new variety, much sweeter than the sour stuff we had eaten in the past. I brought a few of each type because I'm not sure what you like.
Oh, actually, chat. That reminded me. If any of you bake, I'm like gathering like tips from people. If you wanted to make like cookies, but not like individual cookies, like a sheet, almost like a cake, a layer of like cookie for like a cake or something, and you want it to rise more, what would you do? So like there's a couple things that like my original thing was number one, more baking powder, baking soda, and that seems to be like people are like, yeah, agreeing. I've heard some things about like separate the egg whites from the yolks before and whip the whites before you put it in, and that should create an airier thing, as well as give it a moment, you know, to give kind of the dough a moment once you've like kind of all put it all together before you bake it, you know, give it some time to absorb the air and everything. But yeah, if there's any bakers in the chat, let me know if you have any ideas.
Are you feeling still dizzy? I came to see you, and them. Did you hear the music? They're holding the annual festival to welcome Shenong. How lonely it must be here. Everybody celebrating in town.
A few pine trees line the riverbank. Some are centuries old, others seem to have been planted recently. Summer is high. The entire forest smells of pine resin under the sun. Shu reaches out to touch one of the pines. A wooden placard dangles off the branches, tied to a red ribbon. A few bugs can be seen climbing on the bark, while foul beasts cry in the canopy.
The summer has brought a few catastrophes. The weather is rough this year. I'll instruct the Qianqis to be conscientious, don't worry about it. The harvest isn't great, but things aren't that bad. We've been doing this for many years. We've always had enough food to get by.
The man stares at the river with his mouth open, but says nothing.
We have a lot of visitors from outside. Some know the truth. I'm helping, don't worry. We didn't manage to protect it at all. It'll get better. There'll be a way. The extraordinary catastrophe, the past, the sacrifice and death, it won't go to waste. Do you remember? We've all seen seeds take root and sprout.
It being fragile is okay, Rod, because again, they're not gonna be cookies in a traditional sense. It's a layer. I'm making like my for my sister's birthday. I'm like making her like, I mean, technically it's not exactly a cake. So it's almost like a cookie brownie lasagna type thing. It's like layered, cookie layer, fudge layer, little like fudge layer, lasagna. The fudge is gonna be a thin layer. It's not gonna be like a full ass thick of fudge. It's gonna be like thin fudge layer, brownie, thin fudge layer, and another cookie. And then whatever I top it with, whether I make icing or whatever. So it's like, it's gonna be in like a sheet, in like a pan of a certain size. And then I just, you know, I work it from there, you know. We'll whip the egg whites. It'll get more bubbles. I'll put a bit more baking soda, and hopefully that'll lead it to rise more. Okay.
I'll take care of them, but you can...
Sound of footsteps. They fall slowly and lightly on fallen pine leaves, clearly trying to hide the sound, but the man's ears twitch and he opens his half-closed cloudy eyes. He sees a blurry figure, 2 little hair buns on her head, and a bamboo flute on her belt. He moves his lips as if to say something, then falls silent again. Looks around blankly, and turns around, picks up his axe, and walks into the woods.
Come out, grain buds. You little bitch.
An elderly woman takes the stage, carrying a bundle of rice stalks in her arms. She separates them into 3 bunches, plants them in the grains in the middle of the shrine to Shenong. She raises a clay bowl full of wine to her brow and pours the contents into her mouth. The farmers bang the bell 3 times, shrouding all of Da Huang in the ringing. Even the earth seems to tremble. The farmers below bow while reciting quiet prayers. They go up to the stage one by one, taking out a few seeds and placing them in the grain pile. Every farmer brings a few seeds, which can be of any crop. The grain's piled high so that Shenong can see all the way back. It's the wind and rain, my favorite Da Huang.
so that Yan will not go hungry. Can't bring any, did you? Have some extras here. Put them in after you bow. Well, Shu-nday. The harvest this year's already been poor. Hopefully nothing happens to the summer harvest. Young Tanshi bows deeply and puts rice grains in a pile. The pile's a lot smaller this year. Good years there wouldn't even be enough room to put all the grains we brought. We'd bring bags and pile them up on the side of the altar. Something we did gladly. Young kids climbed the pile for fun. The adults didn't stop them because it was believed that the higher the kids climbed, the higher the crops would grow next year. What happened to the grain? Is it made into porridge? No, brewed into alcohol, which everyone shares at next year's festival. Rice from the year before is used to make yeast for next year's drink. Year after year, it's our commitment to ourselves. Bei Sheng bows. The Zhongzhang gives him a bowl of green alcohol. Bei Sheng takes it with both hands and gulps it down. Good luck this year, Xiao. Thank you, Zhang Zhang. Good boy. Xiao carefully sets his grains on the pile and bows deeply, following example of the others. The wind and rain favor Dahuan, and peace ever favor Yan. The fiery wine flows down his throat, the scent of grain fills his senses, while a bout of giddiness rushes up his spine. Bang! 5 big bangs! Bang! 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 Thunderous clash of the drums rings from behind the Shenlong shrine. Thicker and heavier than the bell just now. The farmer stopped to listen to the 12 drum beats that announced the hour of noon.
First beat brings the spring rain, cracks the frozen earth. The second beat cracks like spring thunder, causes...
Drum raises the spring rain again. The 12th beat covers the rich earth with prosperous snow. The farmer raises a stick and delivers the final beat. Harvest! Harvest! Yay! Firecracker-like strings of red peppers are lit, exploding in joyful golden light and assaulting the eardrums. The sound of firecrackers is soon replaced by engines rumbling, driving into the fields that stretch as far as the eye can see. The fields are like golden cakes and farmers like frosting, starting on the edges and creating joyful tracks. As tires leave their trails in the mud, harvesters spew golden waves from their rears. Tiny particles mix with the occasional clump of dirt in grass. Kaohsiung liquor. Just bought it at the fair. Laoshi will have your head if she finds out you're drinking on the job. All we're doing is watching the water levels and keeping track of a few numbers. I can have 3 bottles in me and still catch any unusual data with one glance. Hey, am I actually drunk? Cross-check that originium level in the silt for me. Duh. Close the gate! Boom. Boom! Crack of summer thunder over caused the clouds to tremble. The farmer standing on the levees look up at the sound. All I see is sun over their heads. Its rays reflecting off the water in the paddies. Why did you follow me? Why did you follow me? Shouldn't you be playing with the flute for the opera?
You're the one who sneaked out. Why do you always come here with food by yourself during the Shenlong festival? Did you come to visit the mute uncle? Who is he? Why does he live with the others?
He has an illness that he's afraid he could pass on to the others. That's why he moved here on his own.
Oh,
The others are all afraid of him. Aren't you, Grain Buds?
well, a little. I saw him when I was looking for Man Man a few days ago. He wasn't as scary as people say. It's just the way he looks and the axe he carries. But I can tell he's not a bad man. When he's angry, he glares at me the same way Xiao glares at the students who don't do their homework.
You're a smart kid.
Stray stock beast foals become aggressive and distrustful, but it doesn't take long for them to start acting like normal when they've spent some time eating and playing with other stock beasts. Maybe that uncle will be happier if he has someone talking to him. It's sad he has to be in this place by himself. There's so many Chanchis in Dahuan. Can't any of them cure his illness?
Someday, maybe.
Shu, does his illness have something to do with the monsters and the legends?
Why do you ask?
That's a dream I've had more than once. It takes place right here on this levee, and sometimes I see that mute uncle standing on it. In the dream, the weather gets really bad, sometimes very dry, sometimes raining heavily, and the wind brings strange things from the other side of the river. All the seedlings in the fields die, and the granaries run out of grain.
Have you ever told this to anyone?
Whoa, thunder!
Come on, Grain Buds. Hurry back.
Rain? 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 Not unusual this season, is it? Something's not right with the skies. Who cares? The Tanchis didn't say anything. Can't be catastrophe. Just disappointing that a day like this is spoiled by rain.
Hey, you motherfucker, fuck you, tipsy farmer. I don't spoil no day.
Patties in the water in the patties looks muddy. No! What's the matter? Where are you going? The actor is still standing on stage. Thunder rumbles with the drums. Massive raindrops fall on the ground like drumsticks fall on the drums.
Your clouds gather rapidly like
Spilled ink, lightning flashes as they clash. As they clash with one another, form what looks like an enormous black monstrosity. Torrent spills from the clouds. The dust surge and fields is quickly drowning under the deluge. Small cluster of originium bloom in the fields. The rice stalks look down toward the tiny black flower.
Oh my god, only HS2 after? Chat, I may have to assign you guys some assigned reading before next time, okay? Yeah, this also looks long. I think we'll probably... Are these ones also long? Yes, okay. I think I might have to assign you guys to read HS4 before and after. I think you might have to do some assigned reading. Because I'm starting to kind of run out of time. How many more times must we see this? Newly sprouted seedlings, stalks bending from the weight of grain, branches filled with fruit, all gone before catastrophe. Locusts, droughts, blizzards, frost, floods. Frost in early spring almost wiped out the seedling. It took all our effort to preserve a small portion of them. What will it take to feed everyone? Sudden rain has drowned any festive spirit. The rain begins to subside, but not the water accumulated in the fields, which has reached. That.
How could so much water accumulate so quickly? It's turbid. The rain carried turbid mud from upstream. It's gonna pollute the fields. Guys, what are they doing at the construction site? Drain the damn thing already. Oh, this is bad. The dam's burst. Somebody, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, he did enter the end. He did enter the end. Oh my god.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What's going on? Apparently an originium vein upstream exploded, sending fragments on the river like a caught the machinery blowing a hole in the dam. Why didn't anyone notice? The water levels were normal. We didn't detect any unusual originium reactions. We're expecting originium activity to be so irregular. What day during flood season, no less. Water's filled with originium silt that's gonna wreak havoc on the crops, maybe even cause infection. Everyone be careful. Dam repairs will take time. Get people downstream to block the flow. The current's getting faster. What do we do if the entire dam collapses? What do you think we can do? Stop it and stop it with your arts. Your lives. The polluted water continues to spread. The fields are already filled with mud. Step on it, more sandbags. We can protect the environment in this field. Don't let it get flooded. Your specialty is playing with sand. Okay, isn't it? Get to it. You're the one who plays with sand. My specialty is soil analysis. I'll do what I can. Farmers and Chiantis line up to deliver sandbag after sandbag to the banks. Shipping together a makeshift dam for originium marks. There's one last gap in it. Ah, I can't. Youth leaps up with a big bag of sand in his arm, tries to block the gap. Someone stops him in his tracks. What are you doing? The water's mixed with originium-filled mud. Are you trying to get infected? It's my job to protect the people. You think everyone needs your protection? You're different from people standing here because why? How can I help? The flood is caused by a burst dam. It's overwhelmed the field's drainage system. We're in flood season, it'll take time to repair. The situation will only get worse if we don't do something. You're a messenger, right? Are you fast? I suppose. What do you need me to do? Someone needs to take charge in this chaos. Take this map and go to the marked plates. Find the farmer in charge and get the plates ready to move. What are you planning? Raho's nomadic city modifications are only partially complete. Some degree of movement is possible. Repairs of the dam continue. We will rebuild the drainage system by rearranging the plates and creating elevation.
Crazy ass shit going down here. Gah! The edge of the metal plate melts as they connect to the gap in the dam. The flood, seeing the path of least resistance, continues to batter the hasty repair.
Water shoots out from the gaps in the metal, cutting open a crack like a sharp blades. That's not how your arts are supposed to be used, Laoshi. You can rest, I'll take over for a while.
Back off, your arts are no good, child. You suck ass. Ah!
Heavenly Forge! Neon! What's this mess? What have you done at the factory? Looking at this flood, good job holding out for so long. Should not intervene outside of work in the core city. Call it emergency discretion, alright? Seriously, you engineers are even more uptight than the sweep regulator. Don't catch your breath, I'll deal with the rest. Bam! Neon jump scare. We got Red Woman jump scare. Oh. Heavenly Forge! Zero sanity! Laughing. Can we get the Arknights movie with Jack Black playing the Doctor? I am Doctor. Oh, it'd be so good. It would be so peak. You intend to rearrange the plates? No time to explain. I know work on Da Huang's mobile plates is incomplete, but they're capable of basic movement. Moving a few plates will go a long way towards draining the polluted water in the fields. You can't be serious. Only Rong and Chanshu Shu have the authority to move the plates. No one else may. Both of them are busy coordinating flood control efforts. The flood shows no sign of abating. Fields and crops are being drowned as we speak. What are you going to do? Hold a Chanshi Bureau meeting? Why you? You're Chanshu Shu's apprentice. I've seen you with her. You're kind of a fucking prick. Very well. I'll trust you. But there are plates of various sizes and there are dozens. Any movement is a complex job that will take several Chanshus an entire day to calculate. No need for that. I have the layout memorized and a plan. This is what we'll do. Plate A9, 5 tiles to the east. Plate B8, 5 down 5 levels. I'm playing chess. What are you doing standing there? Get on it. Fine. I don't have any better ideas. What's going on? The plate is moving. Wait, the flood seems to have gotten weaker. The plates are moving. Seek shelter. Seek shelter where? The greenhouses? Calm down and evacuate through passage plate C4. It's at a higher elevation now and gives protection from the floods.
Xing Ping, what are you doing here?
I saw Heixing and he told me what he's planning. River to the north of Dahong. The plates to the west are the ones that have to be moved in order to drain the water from the northwest side of Dahong to the valley in the southwest. I didn't think of that at all. Oh, alright. A few people still watching. I once again must take a piss. This happens because I end up drinking a lot of water because doing all the voice and everything does do numbers on the throat. This will hopefully be the last one, and then we'll finish this one. We'll do the third we'll do the third chapter, and then we'll stop, and you'll have your assigned reading.
Alright, sorry that was a little extended. Oh my god, the parkour is back to the overworld, and bro has entered the mountains. God damn. Oh, I had to extend that a little bit. I had to talk to some people, and I grabbed the fucking blueberry muffin and ate it because I was starting to feel a bit faint, and I was like, okay, I should probably just eat something.
Meow, meow. Meow, meow, stay put.
Rainbows.
Candlestick in, Crush. What about Big Buffalo? Is he okay?
Don't worry, he's in a safe place.
Oh, I'm so relieved. Wait, no, that's not it. The Stockbeast ran away in a panic when the plates started moving. Help me catch them.
Boo! Boo!
Where did those stuck beasts come from?
Meow, meow, no running.
Stop, that's the edge of the plate! Dusk! Who permitted you to use your powers? Slow pokes. Going door to door like this, half the house will be flooded by the time you reach them. But never thought I'd be helping the sweep regulator clean up their mess. I'll do it once. Won't happen again. Where are we? Tanshi Arts? Who could be so powerful? Look, the sky's clearing up. Everyone's exhausted. Dahwan can't survive another disaster. Oh my god, my fucking YouTube shows concurrent viewers 1. Shit dropped off after the shit dropped the hell off after we after the elongated bathroom break. It does not care for me. Never forget when it just like removed 200 subscribers for me. There's 5 people. Yeah. There's like on the like analytics section of like the stream it says 2, but then also at the top of that it says 7. So it's like kind of weird. Everyone's exhausted. Dahwan can't afford another disaster. I suppose this qualifies as extenuating circumstances. Go away. A breeze sweeps across the land. Vast expanses of farmland undulate like breathing, cutting the surging torrent into smaller streams that flow along planed routes. Standing on the edge of the plate, the lucky stock beast watches the flood subside, then digs out a patch of clean grass with its nose and begins to eat. The sun shines through the clouds on a land that has survived disaster, barely. Plates A9 through C3 successfully moved. All accumulated water is now being drained. And a report. What is the extent of the damage? Varying levels of pollution on plates A9 through B3. Less impact to the other plates, but further inspections are called for. Crops from polluted fields must be disposed of. The summer harvest will be significantly impacted, on top of a year that's already seen disappointing results. Almost a year of the people's hard work washed away. Will there be enough to fill this year's quota? How many will go hungry? How few delicacies will I be able to attempt to rizz up these women by reciting? Two music tracks are playing. What the fuck? Oh wait, is that from... No. All my streams are like muted. What the hell? What the hell? Now, what the hell? What the hell? All these... I have the little thing in there muted, so that shouldn't be playing. I don't think I'm listening to it anywhere else. I don't know. I don't know. Why are there 2 tracks? That don't make no goddamn sense. Let's try just doing that. Oh. Jesus Christ. Oh, now. Okay, shit on the right.
think we fixed it. Okay, we fixed it. We fixed it. We're good. We're good. No more 2 tracks. We fixed it.
That would be enough thanks to the efforts of countless generations, but we can't afford another surprise.
This is bigger than just Da Huang. We must report to the capital and coordinate food supplies all across Xi'an. Yimin is closest to Da Huang. It was also struck by catastrophe earlier this year. Repairs are still ongoing. It's unlikely they could spare anyone.
Indeed, the Ministry of Engineering indicates that catastrophe frequency has been rising in recent years. This has been a bad year. Da Huang is already the country's biggest food producer. We can't ask for aid from other cities. Plate repairs can wait. Da Huang's first priority is food production. There are still many experimental fields close to bearing fruit that have not been moved to safer places. We'll need to delay the work on the 12 pagodas in 5 cities. We need to bring back the Jianqis or reassign there to save the remaining farms and grain. We can't afford to delay the summer planting. I understand your difficulties. But can we not discuss the delay of the 12 pagodas in 5 cities? Excuse me, that's like my thing. So, I'd appreciate if you could show me a little fucking respect. Food is important, of course, but the 12 pagodas in 5 cities is also an important national defense project. The Imperial Court's reason to order it completed by autumn. We must consider the benefits and drawbacks carefully. You want to consider it carefully. You'll write to the capital, have the council of ministers meet for 10 days, and come back to us with a result. A food shortfall doesn't mean people pay a few more coins to buy their grain. It means that many thousands will go hungry. How many will be driven from their homes if there's a war? Never forget where the 12 pagodas and 5 Seas project came from. Across the river. You know it's more than that. Beyond the issue with demons, there is...
Excuse me. This is not the right time or place for this topic. Watch your words.
I see.
It's not easy to quantify benefits and drawbacks, but our priority is clear. The summer harvest and planting involve years of research and food for millions. There can be no delay. We should ask the Tianqis to help inspect and repair affected areas. This is our immediate priority. As for the schedule of the 12 pagodas in 5 cities, I'll request instructions from the Tianqi bureaus in the name of the Ministry of Rights. Perhaps something could be done with the help of the Chamber of Heaven's designs. I'll take responsibility if the Imperial Court determines that the matter was not properly handled.
Bro is kind of a hater. If you want to chop someone's head off, they can make it mine. Just say I put a sword in the assistant minister's neck here. You stay out of this. How do we get anything done if we're talking about responsibility before we've got any work done? It's the people of Yan who will pay the price for a mistake, or merely 3 insignificant specimens thereof. Both of you insist I'll defer to your decision. Maybe for some of that deer pussy. I asked you to remember the promises you just made.
No problem. Everything goes well, everyone's happy. Things go wrong, you can put it all on me.
Oh, that's not what I meant. All I meant to say was, given the urgency of the situation, it would be prudent to communicate with the Chamber of Heaven's designs. I most certainly concur. I will draft a detailed report for the Assistant Minister Ning to deliver to the Chamber.
I'll need to prepare for that. What? I'll need to prepare for that? I'll take my leave.
Excuse me, ladies. Well, at least my Ministry of Engineering won't be taking the fall. Let's hope the supplies arrive on time. But it looks like another day of jerking off for me. Kick and roll, kick and roll. Greenbuds absentmindedly kicks the dirt in the field. Lumps roll haphazardly while Greenbuds walks with her head bowed, swinging wild grass that she picked up from the roadside.
Wonder how long the power outage might last this time. It's so hot and the stock beasts are scared. Disease could spread too. They're not eating or sleeping. Are they comfortable in their new homes? Shao Wei too. Haven't seen him at dinner for days. Does he know that he needs to rest when he's tired? He's dumber than a burning beast. The weather is getting worse each year and the crops don't grow well. Has Shenong really abandoned this land?
Kicking jockey. Fucking hell, Laffy. She winds the grass around her finger, then rolls it up. She makes a motion to throw it. Then she remembers how Shu weaved the grass into a flow with a few deft movements of her fingers.
Shu could make so many things if I brought this grass back, but she's so busy, and even Candlestick is nowhere to be seen. I guess I should bring them more back and weave it up. Maybe it'll make them happier. And where the heck is Mian Mian?
Rainbuzz lifts her feet and kicks a piece of dirt hard. It hits a rice stalk, spins, and comes to a halt. Splat. Leaves no mark on the rice stalk. Flood. The crops in the field bow their heads just like everyone has. Only a single rice plant stands tall in the carnage. Holds its grains high and proud, almost in scorn of everything else that has fallen. So it has absorbed the life force of everything around it.
Give me a goddamn life force!
When everything else goes dark, it alone brooms bright like life. Rainbuzz could not resist reaching out to touch it. It's bright red. A bird bee strolls by the edge of the patties, the sun shining upon it. It's bright red too. Here at last, the tired one closes her reddened eyes. The river has drowned her mouth, the mud glued her eyes shut. Trees and weeds sway lifelessly in the wind. She has tried her hardest to identify the sound. For a second, laughing when I saw the crown, I expected there to be mention of how heavy it is. I'm a little disappointed that there wasn't. She closes her eyes, the river flows past her hair, and the roots of trees are like lines on her palm. There was a time, many years ago, when catastrophes were frequent as they are now. There was nothing I could do. I watched as rice, ready for harvest, fell in the fields. Nothing but a tiny patch that could barely fill a single bag. You said to me, your face full of mud, that there was nothing to worry about. Keep at it, year after year, and it will come. There were no wrinkles on your face back then. You weren't Shenlong yet. So many years passed. Why is the dream still so distant? That is true. This bitch does not. This bitch, she forgot. She damn well forgot how heavy the crown was.
The earth beneath her feet undulates like a breathing, as though there is a heart, warm heart deep below that continues to beat, slowly and heavily.
Now its shallow footsteps become recognizable. The rumble of motor vehicles. Only heard once every few months. Caravans from afar deliver new supplies, new things, and news from other places. Bring some excitement to the life of monotonous labor in Da Huang. It does not take long for the dust cloud to close the distance, and a figure comes down from the lead vehicle. He is wearing a light, spotless shirt, and wind and smoke fallen for 10,000 li. You're back. Long time no see. I am the elegant man. My dear sister. My dear sister, traveling with a gentleman has taught me that the lands beyond are very different from Da Huang. Humans have invented many new things in just a few decades. There are all kinds of cities in Yan. More than just fields as far as the eye can see. There are glamorous palaces and busy markets, and so many more fascinating things. I've become quite acquainted with one League of Legends. I grind ranked whenever I have free time. I'm just coming back for a little break, then I'll go out on a long journey again. I don't know how many years it'll be. Da Huang isn't the backwater hovel it once was. There are many people who can take care of these fields for you. Are you sure you don't want to go and see with me? I realize that the world outside isn't so different from Da Huang after all. How long has it been? Decades? Centuries? Perspectives change. The more you see, the more you realize that people are the same everywhere. Devious, but predictable. Yes, now I fully understand what the gentleman said before he died. Just how long do you plan to stay here, my dear sister?
Wait! Why do you still set yourself away like this? It took us so much effort to get you out of that hill. Shu's not here. Wanna go for a walk with me? There's nothing new here.
I put the parkour too far away.
Nothing new here, but the produce is on another level compared to the agricultural plates in the other cities. Say, have you seen how they make booze out of grain yet? Did the Tianqi bureaus come looking for trouble? I'm not afraid of the Tianqi bureaus, with skills like that, you should be dealing with that big guy outside who refuses to move. All the Tianqis are out there for the relief effort. What can I do on my own? It's not like I could do it with my own two hands. I'm so bored. Come on, let me see what you're drawing. No. Ah, don't be like that. I can give you ideas if you got art block or whatever. Get out. Why so nervous? Looks like you're hiding something. No, I'm not. Something's just bothering me. The folks in the Chanchi Bureaus might be annoying, but they can't actually do anything about you. The Imperial Court has already given us a guarantee. The worst they can do is complain. So you're bothered about him? I can feel his presence. He never hides. Are you sure you don't want to go and see him? We're family after all. No. Wow, you really are cold. I heard how he always brought you the best paintings of the Arrow whenever he passed by your hill. Don't pretend you didn't like them. Things are different now. When was the last time you saw him? I can't say I remember. His business got so big that he started getting warnings from the Sui regulator. He pulled things back a little afterwards. He's been enjoying himself the last few years, sightseeing all over Yan. But the Sui regulator keeps a much tighter eye on him than it does us.
Here's your proof that it isn't. I mean, to be fair, he doesn't need the burden of proof isn't on him. It's on you for saying that it is this way.
How do you know all that? I had a peek in the regulars' notebooks, and in the course of my dealings with them, the parts that weren't super double classified anyway. His business became so big, I always remember him as that simple-minded boy following Shu around with no eye for anything other than silkworms and mulberry. Last time I saw him was when he passed by and I caught a glimpse through the painting. His eyes were clouded, repulsive, like the stinky Wei Chi failure. I know. He was in Baishao that the year our Wei Chi failure broke out. What do you think he had in his eyes over the past few years while ignoring you and I? You think they're in cahoots? Cahoots? No idea. Ling and Dai were the only ones he got along with. But he wouldn't have been able to call on people like he does now if the Sui regulator made a decision like that, would he? You know how comfortable he is in human skin. Every transaction in the book he submits every year to the Sui regulator is perfectly above board. You can find a flaw if you put them under a microscope. He's always the first to donate whenever a city is hit by catastrophe. The Sui regulator has to give him some respect on that point alone. I really think he did it out of the kindness of his heart? He's our brother. I won't badmouth him behind his back. Yeah, right. Anyways, relationships like ours don't exist among humans. Brothers, sisters, What? Get out of here now and no peeking. Fine. We need to get all violent and excitable. Sibling ties in the worldly sense mean nothing to us after all. Maybe it needs history will invent a word to describe our relationship in a few hundred years or so. Maybe. Yeah, but we would have thrown a few more family reunions if you could change that stubborn streak of yours. I'm not stubborn.
Nuh-uh, I'm not stubborn.
So, when are you gonna show me the 12 scrolls in your study? Go away! Yes, I know it's 12. You kept the one for Sanjay. Our third sister even after she disappeared. Have you figured out who the people depicted in the scrolls are? Or did you give up on that? Unless you haven't even started on your self-portrait. Why are you so stubborn?
A rainstorm. The dark clouds have dispersed, but the moisture in the air remains palpable. Sounds of traffic. Zhou watches He Xing clench his teeth and press the switch on his apparatus. A large vehicle, the likes of which he has never seen, rolls over the fields, trampling row after row of crops underneath. Wind blows past dead, yellow leaves making a sound like scornful laughter. Disaster comes and goes as it pleases. What can mortal men do before the will of heaven?
All these crops have to be destroyed?
Yes, it was my first ever test field. Maize, all soaked in orogenium polluted water. No other choice. Restoring orogenium polluted soil is extremely difficult. The land is vast, but precious little of it is fit for farming. Even the cob of the corn was sweet. Tried it when I first came to Dahuang. It was the best thing ever. I wanted to grow it in the earth so that everyone could taste the sweetness, feel the joy that I did when I tried it for the first time. Only the bare earth is left once the engine rumbling passes.
We found you, Zhao He. The farmers are arguing with the Jianxis after the engineers bulldoze a field. You need to come, hurry.
Folks, the disaster has left us with little supplies and even less time. We can't afford any delays. The decision has already been made to abandon these farms. Please let us pass through with our tools.
Abandoned, you liar! The Tashis who planted here told me 2 days ago that the crop research was at the crossroads. Who gave you the authority to trample our fields with your trucks?
Originium particle concentration at plate D4 soil samples exceed acceptable limits. That means this field is polluted and no longer usable. We've dealt with stuff like this every year. Who do you think you are? An outsider deciding that the field should be abandoned. These fields can't be moved. It's been polluted by natural disaster and the higher-ups have made the decision not to save it. This is already a bad year for the harvest. There's going to be a famine if we don't save the fields. You've never seen thousands die of starvation, have you? All you people care about are construction projects. You're not helping save the field, you're trampling them. The Huang belongs to us. You speak without wisdom. No wisdom, huh? I'll show you wisdom. You dare strike me? Screw you, son of a... I'll show you a son of a... Everybody, calm down!
Uncle Wang, these fields! Just look, it's bad enough that the fields were ruined by Originium. Now these people are here running over it with the trucks. All they talk about is ministers and reports. Minister who? We've never seen them.
We've not received any notice of these fields being abandoned. I thought the decision had been made to prioritize saving the soil. You didn't hear? The construction supplies have arrived. The rebuilding of Da Huang resumed last night. The cost of soil repairs have been reassessed based on the latest damage reports. The decision was made to prioritize construction on the core and abandon the outer agricultural plates and make preparation to move to the core city.
What? Has research on the source of the pollutant been completed? Why the hasty decision?
This comes from the Qianxi bureaus. Way up. You can ask up the chain yourself if you don't believe it.
As Shane turns around, the farmer stares blankly at the tread marks in the fields. If the Qianxi bureau's instructions are to abandon the fields, we will comply, but these fields aren't just places of work, they're people's homes as well. There hasn't been a formal notice of evacuation. Please move this equipment elsewhere, at least for now.
That would be a bit of a mistake, I think, making Aurora the main character. I think if you're swapping main characters and there's a Roig around, I think you have to just lock in for that decision.
We're stuck to the earth before the nomadic cities. Today, though, most agriculture takes place in hydroponic facilities on mobile plates. To be frank, there's nothing special about this land. You said you're studying originium-resistant crops, but nothing's come of the research after all these years, has it?
Not sure if that's the only result and there's no way to expand the application of the Wan Ching 10,000 Ching of Fertile Fields project. All these years, nothing to show for it, not even a bud of hope. My cultivation techniques are not working.
Go on. What did you say to them, Zhao He?
Nothing special. Think we should get to clean it up, Uncle Wang.
Big Buffalo! Big Buffalo! What are you doing just standing there? What are we gonna do? Listen to Qianxis and move Da Huang away? Leave all these fields behind? We should go after Xiangxiang. Say something!
She would be the first to know if anything was happening in Da Huang. She isn't saying anything, that means it's out of her hands. And mine.
Why are you holding your head like that?
Maybe Shenlong really was Celestial John. Otherwise, how could she have carved out farmland in an environment like this?
Sure, Shenlong was amazing. But it's amazing how people have taken care of the land. Shall we be amazing because easy? Wow!
Greenbud steps on something and hastily pulls her leg back. A figure rises from the swaying rice. That was a good dream. I dreamed of a bumper harvest before a catastrophe woke me up.
Why are you sleeping in the fields? Someone might step on you.
You already stepped on me.
That's because you're sleeping in the fields.
Apologies, sir. Are you okay? I'm not injured, but I've got a big muddy footprint on this fine fabric.
It's your fault for not watching where you're sleeping.
You should watch where you're walking. Rainbuds.
Well, what do you want me to do? Wash it for you? Buy a new set?
Forget it. All my clothes are made of the finest stuff from all over the land. You wouldn't know how to wash it. Are you the one who delivered the relief supplies? Hey, you're awfully clever. I'm a trader who managed to make a few coins. I came back when I heard about the disaster that hit Da Huang. I have to do my part for my homeland, after all.
You're from Da Huang. Why are you sleeping in the fields, then? Don't you have a home here?
It's been so long that I could hardly recognize this place. Lost my way. Say, do you know where the Shadow Play Theater is?
Shadow play? What's that?
Kind of play that uses shadows cast by cloth-shrouded lamps and straw figures. You not watch Shadow Plays here anymore?
Well, I've never seen it.
Where do you celebrate the harvest now? Great stage.
Just follow this path and turn left to the third tree. It's behind the Shenong Shrine.
Oh, the Shenong Shrine is still here. That's good to hear.
Thanks, you're the first one to make it to point the way for me. But fate has determined that we would meet here. I have a wish for sale, anything you like. The man opens his hand to reveal a round stone that gives off a serene glow. What's this? A wish for anything you desire. A wish? I don't believe you. You're a trader, not some John. How could you make a wish come true? I may be a humble trader, but I'm a big enough deal that I buy and sell anything. But the opportunity to trade with me doesn't come to everyone. For real? Girl looks back at Harsha, thinks about it, and turns back to the man. I wish to join your multi-layer marketing scheme. I wish Dahuan could always be safe and peaceful, and the harvest always good. Sure. I can settle you that wish. What will you pay me for it? Rainbows, this guy's kind of weird. We should go. There's no use trying to scam me. I don't have any valuables. It doesn't have to be valuable in terms of monetary value. I accept anything that you value and treasure. Xiaohei, can I play that song? Song? What song? Greenblood pouts. You stupid buffalo! Far away, a few foul beasts perch atop a stock beast, picking bugs off its hide with their long beaks. The stock beast quietly munches on grass while the foul beasts frolic atop, occasionally stretching their necks and chirping happily. Greenblood puts her flute to her lips. The wind provides a gentle accompaniment. I love how it's just the whee is like the only sound effect they have for it. It's like, alright, time for some beautiful music. Boom. Green hills, flowing water, moonlight on the river, sway, sway, little boat, let the flowers bloom. Silent are the stars on high, the wandering seeds sprout. Far in a boat you go, rice flowers in the wind. Sway, sway, far away you go. A fine payment. The stone is yours. Your wish will come true. Greenblood puts down the flute, glares at Hei Shing, and runs away fuming. She looked angry. Why? She arranged it for me when I took my entrance exam 3 years ago. I remembered she just put me on the spot. Ah, such precious sentiment. What about you? Is there anything you would like to buy for me? Me? Thank you, but there's nothing I want in particular right now. Or should I say what I want can't be bought? I'll have to earn it on my own. I could hear you out if you'd like. There isn't much I can brag about, but I've been to more places than most, so I sell more things than most. You said you sell anything. You sell a future where nobody will starve? Yes. But what? The more valuable the good, the higher the price. What price will you pay for your tremendous dream? Well, I've cleaned up the polluted crops, Hei Shing. Anything else you need me to? You! I'm not sure why you're staring at me, young man. Have we met before? Excuse me, sir, we need to talk. You're under arrest for being not skibbity. Mr. G. Ah, you must be young Lord Zhuo. Alas, where are my manners? I didn't even prepare a gift for our meeting. You know me? Very well. Jolly reflector reaches for his sword, willing to find a Qianxi apparatus for controlling agricultural instruments on his belt. His movement did not escape the man's attention. The corners of the man's mouth rise up slightly. No need to be nervous, Lord Zhao. These are but harmless toys. Weave cause to effect, cut unreal into real. Are those your creations? Just doing my part. Man waves his hand and the strange creature turns to tiny threads before vanishing. The ways of the fair and moot proxies are mystifying. Petty parlor tricks, not much use to them. Pestilence and blight tend to follow a flood. Dealing with disaster, you can't see or touch is hard. Weave it into an object that becomes easier to deal with. My elder sister would chastise me for violating the laws of nature if she saw me do this. You shouldn't be here. It's my childhood home after all. I got a little homesick. I didn't know your kind had childhoods. We were all ignorant once, no matter how long our life spans. New things left a deeper impression on us. And we think more about those who were around us at the time. Any meeting of you and your siblings is an important matter that should have been reported to the Sui regulator in advance. The Imperial Court's convoy was delayed by catastrophe. I got word from the old Jianqi and immediately sent relief supplies out of my own pocket. I only saw my older sister briefly and haven't even caught a glimpse of the younger ones. Isn't the Sui regulator being a little too, inhumane? The Sui regulator has instructions to keep a close eye on you. Multi-million-dollar gacha game, by the way. Me with no Roingus. 2. Me with no 15 Roingus skins.
Even though I've never broken a single rule in all these years, it is not up to you. And yet, you're not wearing the garb of a candle holder. The man smiles, his demeanor gentle, polite, relaxed, but Jorole cannot help but feel a chill up his spine. I've heard much about you, Lord Zhuo. That we should meet here is certainly the will of heaven, and I would very much like to make your acquaintance. There's no need to flatter me. I've seen many a scion of blue blood families in Baijiu, plenty of them intelligent and learned, but it would be a challenge to find more than a handful who could get down to business and do honest work like you. In the 11th month of last year, you entered the den of the Langyi Shanghai Zong all by yourself and rescued dozens of innocent prisoners. In the 2nd month of the year, you braved numerous dangers in pursuit of that special goblet. The uninformed believe you to have risen to your position at such a young age because of your father, but what do they know of the dangers of the candle holder's duty? Why should one mistake wipe out all the hard work you've done in the past? You're not supposed to know these things. A businessman hears many things. After all, the things one hears can be a commodity too, if others are willing to pay a price for them. It's my business to know what kind of customer would pay for what kind of price for information. For example, he's jumping on all kinds of ores. It's crazy. He's also, guys, he's had pumpkins for a good chunk of it as well. Jumping through the forest at night. And he has many things. For example, I know it's on the other side of the river. It's the north of Dahuang. I know what Neon is building there. I know you suspect that ulterior motives were involved in the catastrophe that struck human, but all your leads came up empty. Am I right? Your meticulousness is impressive, but I would not underestimate the sweet regulator. If I were you, well, we will get to the bottom of any suspicions we have. I would caution you to toe the line. Is this a word of advice from a friend? A word of warning from a candle holder of the sweet regulator? I'm sure you worry too much. The best Jianqis in all of Yan are all gathered in the Chamber of Heaven's Designs north of Dahuang. What can one little man do? Should you not be more concerned about the things across the river? What? Do you know how many Jianqis in the Chamber of Heaven's Design have lost in the past 3 months? Don't you dare spread lies and rumors. Trust is a merchant's greatest asset. I never lie, Lord Zhuo. You can look into it yourself if you don't believe it. Then think about what you want to do, and whether it might involve a deal with me. I'm kind of like a less evil Chinese Raphael showing up here. Everything is just as usual. The wind is silent. Stockbees bury their heads in the grass. The girl looks around.
Stupid Mian Mian! How many times have I told him not to run away? Stupid Zhao! He doesn't remember my song. I'm not playing with him anymore.
Layer after layer of leaves block out the sky. The wind brings with it the pleasant scent of rice. The earth is damp and she leaves footprints in it as she steps upon it, walking forward while brushing aside the leaves that hide the skies.
Mian Mian, it's time to go home. Mian Mian, why'd you run away? Go back to your pen or I'm gonna get scolded along with you. You piece of shit!
A gentle breeze brushes by. The large dark eyes of the stockbeast reflect the sky as clouds and fields. Rainbud sees her own reflection in those eyes. Oh. Uriel's playing V-Bridger. Is that a VTuber software? Does that mean she's about to... Oh, yep, yeah. She's gonna stream soon. So that means you guys can go check that after. Unless she's not streaming and instead of recording a video. I don't know exactly what she does on Sundays. I'm going away. So you're gonna dive and meet all of them just much? Maybe. I'm going away.
Huh?
I don't want to eat grass anymore.
What? Is Joey been putting weird stuff in your fodder again? I'll talk to him and make sure you guys are eating properly.
It's scary here. Death is coming. Will you come with us?
You mean the flood a few days ago? No need to be scared. The flood is gone. I'll build taller houses for you so you won't have to be afraid when catastrophe comes. I'll protect you.
No. It come from across the river. Look beneath your feet.
Beneath what?
But sees her own reflection in those eyes. A gentle breeze brushes past. The large, dark eyes of the stockbeast reflect the skies, the clouds, and the fields. The girl looks around. The stockbeast bury their heads in the grass. The wind is silent. Everything is just as usual. Guy man. Doing his thing. Uncle Wang, what are you doing?
Moving trees.
Peace tree? It's in perfectly good shape. Why are you moving it? What about the two Mutianshis?
Give me a hand to move that dirt over there. They've gone back to the factories. They'll be transporting materials to here in a bit. Everyone knows that there's no saving this land. Joey, you're a student at the Chanchi Barrow, but you're also from around here. Tell us, what happened to the land?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Every inch of land is business to the Mandarins. How much money it takes to turn it into moving plates, and how much money they tend to make. But this is our home. My family has lived here for generations. How could they tell us to abandon our home just like that?
This is my home too. Promise I'll get to the bottom of what's happening here. Find a way to save the land.
What do you say your promises? They promised to take these fields along when they started building the new nomadic city? Fine, I'll pretend I lost the land to a catastrophe. But I'm taking this tree with me. My grandpa's grandma planted it. The people in the city think home is something you can take with you. But this tree is my home, and I'm taking it with me.
All hell. Old farmer lifts the peach tree on his shoulder, carrying his home. He leaves deep footprints in the mud. Shing looks back at the core city as he carries the heavy tree. Lumberjack looks down, a blank expression on his face. After a period of silence, he opens his mouth. Are ye looking for something?
You can talk?
What are ye doing here?
My stock beast ran away. I came to bring him back.
What stock beast?
Right here.
She moves to her side. The water beneath her feet reflects her figure. The clouds, the sky. There's straw all around, but no sign of any animal. She blinks.
I could have sworn he was here.
Yarr, follow me. I'll help ye find your stock beast. I'm a pirate.
Alright, have a seat, Lord Joao. Assistant Minister Ning. What a coincidence from saying Shu to Yin and not to Da Hong. You must be an outstanding candle holder to be handed such responsibility. What are your instructions? Please, no need for such formality. Oh, I'll not be meeting you here if this was official business. There is a matter that requires your assistance in a less than official manner. About the Sui proxies? The 12 Pagodas in 5 Cities project is of crucial importance, Great Yan. Having 4 proxies here in the same place at a time like this is a headache, to say the least. There may be devastating consequences if someone with ulterior motives decides to cause trouble.
You mean to say that you already know someone intends to cause trouble?
Are you aware of the development? The development of Da Huang has resumed.
Trader supplies. He should not interfere with such matters.
All I know is that he had a meeting with Assistant Minister Wan from the Ministry of Engineering. Do you know him?
I'm familiar with him. He's been working on Da Huang's mobile plate development in recent years. He's participated in humans repairs a few months ago.
What is Ji planning? Ji was known to be close to Shu. The two of them used to be farmed until he was from Da Huang 1,000 years ago. Ji later left Da Huang to start a business. He returns to Da Huang once every few decades. The last visit was 60 years ago.
You recall these details well. Do you suspect that he intends to sabotage Da Huang?
Right now, we need to figure out why he came back to Da Huang. This is what I would like you to uncover.
The Ministry of Rights and the Sui regulator have long been at odds over the Sui issue. And now you're asking me to do this?
Where do you stand yourself?
As a candle holder, my duty is to my orders, and of course,
you want to be a good sword. That way, it's not the sword's fault, even if it kills the wrong person. I'm not trying to shirk responsibility. Have you ever thought about why the Sui regulator wants to eliminate the Sui by force? Could it be because they're kind of cringe? If there comes a day when Yuman goes to the capital, ending the existence of both cities and the fair and moot to the sound of cannon fire, do we really say we had no choice about all the people who lose their homes and the soldiers who lose their lives? Was there really no other way?
What prompts you to ask me to do this?
Welfare of the people, not the cloaks and daggers of the court. Honesty and integrity. I'm sure the right answer is there, in your heart. Somewhere. Maybe. No.
Man points at the calm surface of the river. Smooth like a mirror, almost like it's frozen in place. The water reflects the clouds in the sky and the girl's face.
Their stock beast is inside.
In the river?
Ye want to find him? Go down.
All right. I'll find him out there. Bring him back to his pen.
The river channel booms with the sound of crashing water rolling in. The girl steps forward. And enters Evil World. Ooh. Damn. Oh my god. It's that one Minecraft ARG where like the moon is black and there's tentacles or whatever the fuck.
Come back, you'll die!
The lumberjack suddenly raises his axe high before putting it down meekly. He agrees with me, it's him.
Yarr, let me go, Zushi. I'll bring her back. I know how to handle it. She's not that far gone. Let me go. I can bring her back. Zushi knows she can still be saved. Zushi!
She's only dead there. She's beyond all help. You can't save her. I'll grave monument.
What voice did she have?
Where do you think you're going, you idiot?
Huh? The stock piece is down there. The old lumberjack told me so. I'm bringing it back.
You're the stock piece, you dumb rice brain.
Are you talking about me?
Of course I'm talking about you. You think there's a stock piece down there? Are you blind or stupid?
Oh, shut up!
You never wanted to Rainbow in the face.
Whoa! Ah,
Her sight remains surprisingly clear. She still sees everything before.
what's going on?
Rainbow tries to wipe the mud away, but there's something hard in the mud that sticks to her face.
Why are there pieces of rice? Uncle? Where's the mute uncle?
What, Uncle? All I see is you trying to jump in the water, you crazy idiot. Now throw that away.
Rainbow washes away the mud by the river. The angry girl turns around. There's nobody in the forest beyond the levee. She stares long and hard in the woods and nods. And footsteps grow distant, disappearing among the trees. Has violated the status by entering Da Huang and meeting the proxies without permission. The penalties hereof are temporarily deferred in consideration of his assistance to disaster relief efforts. It is hereby ordered that depart Da Huang within 3 days under the supervision of the Sweet Regulator. Any delays will be subject to strict penalties. Red stamped letter sits prominently in the center of the table. To replace it here, knew when the master of the room would return and how she would react. You wouldn't tell me to my face? You say you trust me, but will we ever have a chance to sit down and talk to each other again? You bitch-ass motherfucker. Alright. We did it. Oh, that guy's here. I didn't realize we had Waifu's dad. By the way, I think HS4 is the first one that I never got to.
I did not end up actually reading that much of this event when it first came out. But we've done it, chat. We've made it.
We made it to this section. And we're gonna have to stop here. And like I said before, I'm assigning you, chat, some independent reading. Read HS4 before and after before class next, okay? Next week we're gonna go 5 through the end. Alright, chat? This Minecraft parkour is long as hell, by the way. It's still not done. It's the same Minecraft parkour. Oh. But anyways, thanks everybody for coming out, and I do gotta, I've got a day of doing some shit, so I've gotta go get to work on that. I can go do some shit, but it was nice. Let's make the parkour full screen. No, we're not doing that. But yeah. Glad you guys, glad everybody showed up. Glad you were all here. If you haven't yet, do watch the video that most recently came out. So, the fixing the worst characters. If you haven't seen that, check it out. And that's all I really have left to say. I'll see you guys next Sunday, and next Saturday should also have a new video coming out, so look forward to that. And if Uriel is streaming, you can go watch her stream if you want to keep watching stuff.